Like a beacon on a hilltop, Tulsa breezes furrow the black and gold. Exactly a week ago, distance was created between these two schools in the 5A4 standings. For the Lady Buffaloes, they are looking for their fourth win in a row and to still have a shot at the 6th seed. For the Buvs, third place is still within reach, but only a game separates them from the 7th seed. So tonight is a golden opportunity to better place themselves for regionals later this month. With so much on the line tonight, who will emerge victorious? We're about to find out. Hello and welcome to the Edison Preparatory Athletic Center, a.k.a. The Pack in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I'm your voice of the Buffaloes, Brandon Green, along with Nate Brown, and you are tuned in to the Lady Buffalo pregame show here on KNED, 1150 AM, 98.3 FM on the KNED app, as well as at McAllisterRadio.com on the KNED tab. Video streaming on the McAllister Radio YouTube channel. Tonight we have the Tulsa Edison Lady Eagles and your McAllister Lady Buffaloes. Partner, the Lady Buffaloes are winners of 5 of their last 6. They are one of the hottest teams in the district, and despite the poor start to the season, they still have a real chance of finishing 6th in the district to give them a fighting chance of advancing to area. But that's only possible if you get a win tonight.
Yeah, you're exactly right. This is a team that McAllister needs to win if they're going to get up to that 6th seed. This is a very beatable Edison team. You saw them earlier on, just very recently, within a week. And this is a game that you need to win to get yourself into a better place.
And speaking of winning, a congratulatory send out right here. We have a new best in the state. We knew it, but he now has an award to prove it. Best video stream for general video streaming in the state of Oklahoma. OAB awards were announced earlier today. Nate Brown, you are the winner with your McAllister Mayoral Forum streaming. So, yeah, best of the state that we have right here at McAllister Radio, but we already knew that.
I really appreciate that. It means a lot.
All right, so let's continue on with our coverage here tonight as the McAllister Lady Buffaloes 5-11 on the season. They are, again, winners of 5 out of their last 6 games and looking for their 4th win in a row. Their last win came against Tulsa Will Rogers in upset fashion and nearly a buzzer beater to go with it. McAllister raced out to a 28-14 first-half lead, but a struggling third quarter brought the game to a nerve-wracking fourth quarter. Will Rogers scored 5 more points in the third than they had the entire half. A back-and-forth fourth quarter made the game tied late, and with 3 seconds left on the clock, senior Bodie Nystrom made a right block 2 to seal the win. McAllister shot 13% better from the field and was 1 of 3 from 3 to Will Rogers' 2 of 21, that is 10%. Rebounds were dead even total, but Will Rogers had 11 offensive rebounds to McAllister's 4 to lead to 16 more shot attempts. Speaking of Bodie Nystrom, again, she had 8 points on 2 of 6 shooting. She was 4 of 6 from the free throw line, 7 rebounds to go along with the block as well. What about Taylor Williams, Nate? Again, 14 points, a career high for the sophomore on 70% shooting. She made her first 5 shots in a row, and most of them were contested. She had 6 rebounds and a steal to go along with it. You were talking to me before we got started with the intro. You've been really impressed with the last few games from Taylor Williams.
Right, yeah. She has really come on later on in this season, and I'm excited to see what she's going to do here. We're going to talk more about her later on in my keys to the game.
Yeah, and also to round it all out, Avery Albertson, she had 9 points, all 9 points vital for the McAllister Lady Buffaloes. She stepped up big in the second half. She had 7 rebounds along with 2 steals. And guess what? She is just right there with Cambry Zoomer on the team lead in steals per game, right at 2.2. She continues to play hard-nosed defense, and I'm excited to see as her senior regular season campaign is down to its last 4 games. Because, again, I don't know if anyone hasn't heard this yet, McAllister's games against Hugo tomorrow at the MAC have been canceled. So no games against Hugo tomorrow over at the MAC. That has been canceled. So McAllister's next game after tonight will be back at home against Tulsa Memorial on Tuesday. 6 o'clock start for the girls, 7:30 start for the boys. So I'm excited to see how all these players end up getting even better as the season comes to an end, because now, as you're gaining in confidence, there's a lot of teams that don't want to play the Lady Buffaloes right now, especially with their stingy defense. And if McAllister's shot is falling, which at times it has been, they scored 61 just a few games ago, 71 a couple games before that, 58 the game before that. So they're also scoring with a better efficiency than they did at the beginning of the year, too. So I'm excited to see how they come into tonight, knowing that Edison was a pretty good shooting team. We'll talk about them coming up in just a moment when we return on the McAllister Lady Buffalo pregame show here on KNED.
Stipe Law Firm, your first call when the unthinkable strikes. For over 80 years. We focus on wrongful death, personal injury, truck and oil field accidents, insurance, bad faith, probate, end-of-life preparation, and Social Security disability claims. We are here to advocate for you in all of your legal needs. We are a full-service law firm with over a century of experience representing Oklahomans across the state, professionally and discreetly. We win our cases in courtrooms, not on social media. Call today, 918-423-0421, or go online to stipelaw.com. McAlester.com.
Running into an old friend is nice. Running into a total stranger, well, not so good. Now, you don't need help from Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop for those greetings with friends, but if you have one of those unwanted encounters with a stranger, give Buck Wilson a call at 918-423-3161. They are expert craftsmen, specialists. They can straighten out your situation. Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop, 103 East Oklahoma, McAlester. Again, call 918-423-3161.
Welcome back to T-Town. I'm Brandon Green along with Nate Brown, and here in the pregame show, we previewed your Lady Buffaloes. Now let's take a look at McAllister's opponent, the 2-18 5A Tulsa Edison Lady Eagles, led by head coach Wan Yu. So again, the Lady Eagles are 2-18. They've not won a game in district play yet. They're, again, averaging 38.4 points per game, giving up 55.2 points per game. They were 3-22 a year ago. Their only wins so far this season, we mentioned it just a week ago, were against 4A McLean in the Bishop Kelly Invitational, 53-29, and they also beat 3A Tulsa Central, 56-6. The only game that they've had since McAlester, lost to McAlester just 7 days ago, they went to Durant. They lost 63-34. Again, they have Coweta, Pryor, and Tahlequah left on the schedule. They're also looking at the rest of their schedule thinking, if we can win this game, we can get out of the cellar of 8th place and jump McAlester. McAlester has 2 wins right now, but for Tulsa Edison, they're looking at this as a must-win game if they don't want to go to the top team in 5A3, which right now is looking like, I believe, Booker T?
I think that's right.
I think that's right with Booker T. Regardless, though, let's look at how that game played out just 7 days ago. Again, the Lady Buffaloes won 46-41. It was closer than what the Lady Buffaloes wanted. McAlester shot not really good at all. They were worse than Edison at 33% from the field, and they were 1 of 8 from downtown, but they still held Edison to just 34% from the field. McAlester also had 15 turnovers to just 10 for Edison. But where did McAlester win this game? Well, they dominated the boards. 47 rebounds to 19, 17 offensive rebounds to 7, and also free throws is what really played into McAllister's favor. 17 of 27 from the charity stripe to 6 of 16 for the Tulsa Edison Lady Eagles. And also, let's not forget the stellar play of Rylan Lesnow, as Rylan had a career-high 19 points. McAlester needed all of them. 54% from the field, 5 of 9 from the free throw line, 2 blocks, a steal, and she had 16 rebounds. So, Nate, let's break this down a little bit. She had only 3 less rebounds herself than the entire Edison roster.
That is actually insane.
It's pretty crazy, and she's one of your players to watch.
Yes, she absolutely is. Like we said, she absolutely dominated her last game against Edison, putting up 19 and 16. We'll need to see more of that if the Lady Buffs are going to continue this hot streak they've been on and make it 6 wins in their last 7 games. Next up, I've got Bodie Nystrom. Obviously, she put up the game-winning shot with over just 3 seconds left against Will Rogers, but she also had double digits in the rebound category as well, with 12 last time against the Lady Eagles. And finally, you've got Cambria Zoomer. If you're going to beat this Lady Eagle team, you're going to need to have your floor general on the floor more often than not, as we saw the Lady Buffs struggle some with breaking the press in the second half against the Lady Ropers on Tuesday. And moving on to our keys to the game, they're going to continue to have to turn over these Lady Eagles. And I did a bit of a deeper dive into the stats than I typically do. In their 5 wins this season, McAllister's averaged a plus 3.8 in the turnover margin, meaning they forced 3.8 more turnovers than they gave up, and they've scored 56.2 points in their wins. In their losses, they're an average of a minus 9.7 in the turnover margin, and they're only scoring 36.9 points per game. So that's a pretty significant difference right there.
Look at the stats man here.
Hey, I got to do what I can, right? All right, and next up, you got to find that 3 ball again. Against the Lady Eagles and Lady Ropers, McAllister's only shooting 2 of 11 from 3-point range. 3 ball's really what kicked off the hot streak that the Lady Buffs have been on, and it will open up the paint once again to drive for some easy shots down low. And finally, you got to get Taylor Williams involved early. Here in the second half of the season, like we talked about earlier, she's come on strong, including a career-high 14 against the Lady Ropers, and she's a big reason why McAlester walked away with the win on Tuesday. Get her involved in the offense early on, get her some open shots down low, and you're potentially looking at the Lady Buffs heading back to the MAC, firmly in contention for the 6th spot in the 5A4 standings.
Speaking of the 5A4 standings, this is how they look. At number 1, all alone at number 1, Coweta 10-0 plus 129. Durant right now in position to host 8-2 plus 85. That would be the first time they hosted in over a decade. Pryor at number 3, 7-3 plus 51. Tulsa Will Rogers at 4, still 4 after their loss to McAlester at 6-5 plus 17. Tulsa Memorial 5th at 4-6, negative 46. McAlester still has to play Tulsa Memorial. This is the 6th seed that we're looking at for McAlester. Tahlequah 3-7, only 1 game better than McAlester, negative 43. McAllister's at 7th at 2-8, negative 92. And Edison at 8th, 0-10, negative 116. But again, Edison can jump up to 7. McAlester still has a good chance of going up to number 6. But if they're going to get up to number 6, you really got to beat Edison Prep tonight. That is what McAlester has in the crosshairs, and they're going to try to do it here in the next 2 minutes when we have our starting lineups and our national. And we might have the national anthem. We had it before the JV game, which was something that doesn't normally happen when we go to some of these games. So we'll at least have your starting lineups and your tip-off coming up in just about a minute and a half as we'll go back to commercial break and thank our sponsors here on KNED.
Now we celebrate.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula. From now until the end of January, we are celebrating 10 years of serving and being a part of your community. We'll be running some of our biggest sales and service specials ever, so if you need a vehicle for the family, a truck for your business, or some economical transportation, we have it for you. So come make it happen at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula at our 10-year anniversary sale.
So, checking accounts. There seems like a ton to choose from, right? I was looking for one that didn't charge monthly fees, with bounce protection, and had mobile banking. I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. The bonus is that they're local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in checking options. The Bank NA. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back to Tulsa, Oklahoma, as the McAlester Lady Buffaloes are getting ready to do battle with the Tulsa Edison Lady Eagles. I'm your voice of the Buffaloes, Brandon Green, alongside Nate Brown, as we are into our second-to-last road game of the regular season and a pivotal district game between the 7th seed and the 8th seed. Let's start off with the starting lineups for your McAlester Lady Buffaloes, 5-11 on the year, but winners of 5 of their last 6, led by first-year head coach Courtney Bashirs. Number 0, guard, senior Kaylee Knight. Sophomore guard, number 1, Cambry Zoomer, leading the team in points per game and steals per game, also free throw percentage. Senior guard, number 3, Avery Alberson, who matched her career-high 9 points on Tuesday against Will Rogers. Sophomore guard, number 5, Rylan Lesnow, who leads the team in field goal percentage at 46% and rebounds per game at 7.2. And sophomore guard, number 21, Taylor Williams, who was pivotal, key in the big win against Will Rogers back on Tuesday, a career-high 14 points, leading the team in that stat category. Now for the Tulsa Edison Lady Eagles, 2-18 on the year, looking for their first district win. They were really close to it 7 days ago against McAlester, but McAlester was able to hold them back. So you have the Lady Eagles led by head coach Wayne Yu, number 3, Beal, number 5, Webb, number 11, Peel Thompson, number 12, Galbraith, and number 15, Music. Those are the starting 5 for the Tulsa Edison Lady Eagles. McAlester, for those listening on radio, wearing their road black on black uniforms with the gold numerals on the front and back. As for the Tulsa Edison Lady Eagles, they're wearing their home white uniforms. Looks like green numerals on the front and back with the Lady Eagles in cursive across the front. So we're about to have tip-off brought to you by McAlester Clothing Consignment. Accepts consignments Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays and offers a 50-50 split. Consign with us and pick up great bargains. 1212 South Main McAlester, behind Dollar General. Any final thoughts before we get started here, partner?
Well, I'm very excited to see what this game brings, and like we said, this is a game that McAlester is going to need to win to make sure they can get the best possible seeding whenever we go to regional. And, man, I'm excited to go back to some regional action. I haven't seen that since, what was that, 2020?
2020, right before COVID. Yes, sir. Yep, regionals are almost exactly 3 weeks to the day. So 3 weeks from yesterday is when we're going to begin regional play. So it is Lesnow inside the circle. Looks like opposite of Music. Lady Buffaloes will be moving the ball right to left when they have it. And the Lady Eagles left to right. There's the whistle, actually Peel Thompson inside the circle. There's the ball in the air. Tip is won by McAlester, and it's basketball time here in the Heartland. So Cambry Zoomer with the basketball, lobs it to the right wing, finding Lesnow. Lesnow double-teamed in front of the Lady Eagle bench, in trouble, has to try to dribble out of it. Now still in trouble, reverses direction and goes down the far sideline. Bounces it hard towards Albertson that grabs it on that Eagle logo, reminiscent of the Philadelphia Eagles. Bounce past baseline, driving in Lesnow, floater inside the paint, won't go. And there's an easy rebound here along the baseline for the Lady Eagles, number 5, Webb. Take that back, that's Beal. Beal at top of the key over to Galbraith. Galbraith stops at the high post, back outside far corner. Further into the corner, Galbraith takes the 3 and sinks it. Galbraith was a pain in McAllister's side a week ago, where she had 18 points leading the Lady Eagles, and now they have an early 3-0 lead over the Lady Buffaloes.
You just can't leave her that open in that corner.
Double team bounce pass far corner. Pass is tipped out of bounds, staying with the Lady Buffaloes. Pass was intended for Avery Albertson deeper in the corner. Again, just 52 seconds have gone by here. The Lady Buffaloes down by a tray. Both teams have had 1 possession each. Zoomer gets the inbound. Long pass left wing. Lesnow fakes the pass to the corner. Now drives in the paint. Lost the ball on the way up, and that will be a shooting foul, sending the sophomore to the free throw line. This trip to the charity stripe brought to you by Big V Feed Center. For your animals' needs plus winter feed booking prices, call 918-426-1951. So this is where McAlester was really good against Edison back last Friday, as Lesnow hits the first free throw. McAlester was 17 of 27 to the 6 of 16 mark for the Lady Eagles back last Friday. Both free throws were made. Coach Singleton in the house, as the Lady Buffaloes now are down by 1. 6:55 remaining in the first. Again, 3-2 our score. Here's a long 2 on the way by Beal that's back ironed. Bouncing around in the paint, offensive rebound, back to Beal. Into the corner now, driving in now, swatted away by Zoomer. Zoomer's able to get out of the thick of it with the steal. Zoomer trying to push it, now stops in the corner. Looks inside for Lesnow. Lesnow's 2 is thrown off the bottom of the rim. Now a rebound leading to the other way, and a 2-pointer is up and too strong by Peel Thompson down the low post. Avery Albertson has the rebound, looking for Zoomer to hand it off to, and Zoomer eventually does get the ball. 3-2 McAlester down, far corner, Lesnow with the basketball. Lesnow double teamed in the corner. Now to Williams. Williams feeds it to the near corner. 3-pointer on the way by Zoomer. Too strong air ball. Ball's last touched by a Lady Eagle. Lesnow thinks it was last touched by her, and she just now realized, hey, we still have the basketball. 6:17 left in the first. Even the Lady Eagles are kind of confused right now. But it'll be Albertson inbounding. Albertson finding Zoomer. Second chance here, near corner, off the back iron. Knight tries to get the rebound, but Galbraith takes it around the mid-post area. Lady Buffalo still down by 1. 6:08 left in the first. There's a lob into the low post. Block, no! Late whistle coming in, but I believe that's the right call there. Lesnow nearly had a block, which he'll be charged with her first foul of the game. And a 6:06 mark in the first, down by 1.
That was the first team foul on McAlester here in the first quarter.
So now down at the free throw line, Peel Thompson for the Lady Eagles with only 1 player to rebound forward. That's Beal, and the first free throw is missed. Again, the Lady Eagles really struggled from the charity stripe. There were 6 of 16. That is 38% from the free throw line. They probably would have won the game if they would have shot just 50%.
Yeah. Second
free throw is good, so they split the trip to the line, and it's now a 4-2 game. So as we're about 2 minutes into this contest, Nate, what are you seeing so far?
Well, I've noticed Edison is pressuring the McAlester offense a lot more, as we have a pass down low, and Taylor Williams with an and 1.
Nice look by Rylan Lesnow, opposite of the rim. Was able to find Taylor Williams, and she continues her hot streak. She shoots, she scores right this way. Miss Williams to the charity stripe, and she had a career-high 14 points back on Tuesday against the Lady Ropers. And there's her first 2 of the contest here. To tie the game, here's to give the Lady Buffaloes their first lead of the game, and she rattles it home. 5-4, Lady Buffaloes on top, just under 6 minutes remaining in quarter number 1 here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, Green Country. Right elbow, pass inside. I don't know how to found its target in the low post, but they get it back out. Here's a right wing 3 that is off kilter by Beal. Long rebound out by the far sideline by Lesnow. She takes it in stride. She steps on the gas. She runs into Galbraith, and that will be a jump ball.
I didn't think anyone had enough possession for that.
And that will lead to a Lady Eagle possession. 5:40 left in the first.
So that'll go down as a steal for the Lady Eagles.
I thought we were either if they're going to have a charge or there was going to be a foul in the mid-post area.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be either a block or a charge.
Lob near sideline, Peel Thompson. Passes to Galbraith just inside the three-point line. She'll take the long 2, and this one will be short. Good box out. Does Knight have the rebound, though? Looks like we're going to have another jump ball here. That one should go to McAlester, and Knight will get credit with the board. Knight with 1.6 rebounds per game. Again, she's not one of the tallest players on the floor, but she does all the dirty work inside the paint. She's able to box out. She may not get a bunch of the rebounds either, but if you're watching the play ever, look out for Kaylee Knight. She's the one that's boxing out all the other players so that Rylan Lesnow and Taylor Williams and other people gets a lot of those rebounds. So she does a lot of the dirty work. Right wing Albertson cross-court pass to Zoomer. Here's a third-time charm for Zoomer. Nope, it's going to be off the back iron again. Ball swatted into the corner, but taken back by Galbraith, who did swat that basketball. Lady Buffalo still with a 1-point lead, although not shooting very well, but Zoomer picked the pocket of Galbraith. Galbraith one-on-one with Zoomer down the floor. Zoomer tried getting it out. Thought she might have traveled. Right wing three. Albertson, she'll get it. Avery Albertson matching her number. The official said that instead of a travel there, the ball was being knocked around, and then she regained possession before traveling to get it outside the three-point line, and Albertson knocked down the triple. And Galbraith travels by the right wing area.
Looks like Bodie Nystrom's going to check in. She's coming in for Kaylee Knight.
Nate, I cannot say enough about how good Avery Albertson has been during this win streak for McAlester, too.
Right. She has been absolutely crucial for this team. A lot of senior leadership.
4.1 points per game, but she was below 3 points per game before McAllister's 5 out of 6 win streak. Left elbow driving in Lesnow. Misses the shot from the right block. The Lady Eagles get the rebound, moving left to right. 4:23 left in the first. Stopping right wing Beal. Beal bounces it to the near sideline. Throws it off of Williams and gets it back. Peel Thompson up for 2, and that's an extremely late whistle leading to free throws here for Peel Thompson. Again, I do believe it is the right call, though. We'd rather get it right than not call it at all, right?
Exactly. Foul's going to be on Bodie Nystrom. That'll be her first, team second here in the first quarter. Neither team shooting particularly well right now. McAlester 2 of 8, Edison 1 of 5.
First free throw is back iron, so they're still 1 of 3 from the charity stripe. McAlester leading 8-4 if you're just now joining us here in Tulsa. 4:16 left in quarter number 1. Peel Thompson's next free throw is good, so just like her last trip to the line, she's able to split the free throw attempts, and now it is 8-5. Lady Buffaloes lead by 3. 4:12 left in quarter number 1. Double team quickly is Albertson. She's trying to muscle her way out of it. We're going to have another jump ball here, and that one will go to the Lady Eagles.
And that'll go down as another steal. That'll be the second team steal by Edison. Zoomer already has 2 of her own.
But you mentioned it, Nate. It looks like the Lady Eagles are just being way more aggressive defensively than they were against McAlester 7 days ago.
Right.
Coach U has a plan right now.
Yeah, and they're making McAlester prove they can beat some pressure off or pressure defense.
Left wing pass, finding it to Beal. Beal a slow dribble back by the circle, reverses direction, floater from the left elbow will go. Wow. Teardrop shot there by R. Beal makes it an 8-7 game. Lady Buffaloes up by 1 now. 3:43 left in the first. Zoomer, before she crossed the half-court line, kind of stutter steps, passes into the corner to Lesnow, who gathers it, guarded up well. Webb on her like a tick, throws it to the low post. It's going to be intercepted, taken back by Webb, and a foul ensuing, which should be on Nystrom here. That would be her second.
And we'll see if Coach Shears makes a move, and she does. Shiley Mason will check in for her.
3:32 left in the first. Again, just like what we had back at the MAC between these two teams. Low scoring so far in the first quarter. Defense shining. 1 point advantage for McAlester. And also, we haven't had a whole lot of shots be taken yet. It's just been a bunch of turnovers or steals. There's a long pass to Galbraith along the far sideline. She's able to keep her heel off of that painted line. Stopping, free throw line jumper for the lead. Galbraith too strong with the shot. Lesnow has the rebound and hands it off to Zoomer. Zoomer looks down the floor looking for her team to extend their 1 point lead. Albertson, lob pass, top of the key. Zoomer back to the left wing. It's going to be intercepted by Beal. Beal ahead to Peel Thompson. Peel Thompson had the ball swatted away by Albertson, and Albertson is going to not get the ball back. I thought that was last touch maybe by Peel Thompson. The official's right there on it, though, and says that as Albertson was swatting the ball trying to bring it back to Peel Thompson, she was stepping out of bounds. So it'll be a baseline inbound here for the Lady Eagles. And subbing in for them,
I believe that is number 2.
Yeah, number 2, that'll be Oliver. Webb gives it into the corner over to Oliver. Oliver left wing to Galbraith. Galbraith off a screen, does not do anything with it there. Passes now to Webb inside the perimeter. Back outside straight away. Beal backpedals on up. No one's really defending her. McAlester working around the perimeter right now. leaving plenty of space in the front court to work. Galbraith now drives, pulls up, blocked shot by Lesnow, leading to a Williams rebound. 2:34 left in the first. 1 point McAlester lead. Ahead to Lesnow, baseline, floater, got it. Rylan Lesnow, 10-7 our score, 2:25 left in the first.
All right, now she's got 4.
Beal lob to Peel Thompson. Near sideline, Avery Albertson applies a little bit of a pressure. Now a pass between the circles to Galbraith. Galbraith wanting a screen. Works with it to the right wing, picked up well by Williams. Now bounce pass down to the low post. Peel Thompson trying to work around Williams, muscles her way in. What a find, finding Oliver in the low post. And she puts it up with the right hand to bring us back within 1, 10-9.
That was an impressive wraparound pass.
I don't know how she was able to find that. Long pass down to the low post, looking opposite side. Lesnow shot is blocked, gets her own rebound. Back out free throw line. Williams jumper, won't go. Mason fighting for the rebound. It will be taken along the near sideline by Beal. And Edison going the other way, down by 1. Pass to Galbraith, left wing. Back to the top of the key for the lead. Beal, back iron, rainbow bounce, finding its way into the arms of Williams. 90 seconds left in the first. Quarterback pass to Albertson, left wing. She's hit the only 3 for the Lady Buffaloes so far. We've only had 2 made threes altogether. Driving in Zoomer, bounce pass into heavy traffic. Will roll out of bounds. McAlester basketball, baseline inbound upcoming. 1:21 remaining in quarter number 1.
Teams are combined shooting a 2 of 7 from three-point range.
Albertson tries to find Lesnow. It's rolled towards Zoomer in the far corner, and there'll be a foul here as Zoomer had a Lady Eagle fall on top of her, and it looks like it was Beal. Beal had a really good game against McAlester a week ago, too. She was into double figures, I believe, with 12 points. This will be a side inbound for Cambry Zoomer in front of the... Oh, not. They're going to switch it up now, make it Albertson right next to the Edison bench. And Zoomer will retrieve it in the front court. Bounce pass to Mason. Into the corner, Albertson. Can she make it 2 of 2? Three-pointer? Nope, back ironed. Looked like it was good, just filtered to the left a little bit there. As here's a steal by Avery Albertson, but she bounces straight to a Lady Eagle. That is complete bad luck. Webb had it off of the near steal by Albertson as she was fading across the baseline. Bounces straight to Webb, who scores and 1. It was the foul on there. That's McAllister's 14th foul. That'll be on Shiley Mason, her first.
It looks like number 15 is going to be checking in for Tulsa Edison here.
That'll be Music in for Peel Thompson. It's been back and forth so far between the Lady Eagles and the Lady Buffaloes, pretty much what we had again 7 days ago. Webb's free throw is missed. Lesnow has the rebound. It's a 1-point Lady Eagle lead. Zoomer feeding down low to Williams. Williams low post will score. She's been automatic right by the 5 to 6 foot range, and the Lady Buffaloes retake the lead 12 to 11.
Williams has 5.
47 seconds left in the first. Inside the paint, 2 up by Oliver, too hard off the glass, and we'll have an over the back call. Well, really that's no call, but too much contact from Webb of the Lady Eagles.
I believe that'll be her second personal.
They haven't put up on the scoreboard yet. 4th team foul, that is her second. Next foul for either team will put the other team in the bonus. Near corner 3 by Albertson. Too strong, long bounce. Last touch by Lesnow. She swats it into the Edison cheerleaders. Just under 30 seconds left in the first. Again, neither team shot better than 34% 7 days ago. That is how good these two defenses have been. Although Edison has only been scoring 38 points a game, they're not really giving up a ton of points either.
Right, Edison is shooting 33% from the field, McAlester 29.
Galbraith for the lead. That one's off kilter. Offensive board by Oliver takes into the near corner. She'll take the open 3. That one's short. Lesnow has the rebound. Might have been fouled. 6 seconds left. Throwing it ahead for Albertson. 5 seconds. 4 seconds. Thought about the 3. The Zoomer straight away. 3-pointer at the buzzer. Short. Airballed, and there is the buzzer. 12-11. McAlester leads after 1. We'll take a 60-second break and return. You're listening to McAlester Lady Buff Basketball here on KNED.
Benton Nissan has a sweetheart of a deal on the new 2025 Nissan Murano.
A sweetheart of a deal? What does that even mean?
It means amazing savings and unbeatable offers. And guess what? They also have a sweet deal on the 2025 Nissan Armada.
Spacious, stylish, and a great deal? Everyone needs to check this out.
They should, but hurry, the sweetheart deals won't last long. And don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya.
Fenton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Shop us online now at fentonnissan.com.
Don't let heating and cooling issues break your heart this February.
At Freeze and Flare Heat and Air, we know there's nothing worse than dealing with an uncomfortable home. Whether you're trying to stay warm on a chilly night or beat the heat on an unseasonably warm afternoon, our expert team is here to make sure your system is running perfectly. Show your HVAC system some love this month, and let us ensure you stay cozy, comfortable, and carefree all season long. We are licensed, bonded, and insured. Mechanical license number 001444485. You're joining us in the middle of quarter number 2 as we're just actually beginning the second quarter. McAlester leading by 1, 12-11, and really the difference has been a free throw. As we have a pass to the high post that goes awry for the Lady Buffaloes, and a quick steal by Music to begin the second quarter. Lady Buffaloes up by 1, 12-11. Brandon Green here along with Nate Brown. Beal near corner with the basketball. Dribbles opposite of Avery Albertson, who's been all over the place already early today. Galbraith, as we have 3 seconds in the lane. 3 seconds in the lane on the Lady Eagles, which will give McAlester the basketball. 26 seconds into the second quarter.
That will be the the 6th total turnover from the Lady Eagles.
Lady Eagles only had 10, which is a lot less than what they had last time that we came here a year ago. Les now back outside Knight. Knight, long pass finding its way to Zoomer. Zoomer couldn't handle it, now gathers it back near the out-of-bounds line, now feeding it down into the paint, going up for 2. Les now can't score. Les now gets her own rebound, long rebound outside the perimeter. Long pass into the corner, pump fake by Albertson. Albertson driving, makes contact. There will be a foul here inside the paint on the Lady Eagles.
That'll be the first team foul of the second quarter.
And it will be on Music. That is Music's first personal, first team foul. Albertson will inbound here. Trying to extend her team's lead. Inbound into the corner. Zoomer, spot up, far corner 3. Off the front iron. Offensive board. Les now up for 2. Got the Buffalo bounce. Took a couple of bounces right off the front side of the iron and then fell in after it banked in. Lady Buffaloes back up by 3. It's been the largest lead that either team has had so far, 14-11. McAlester wanted to press a little bit. Edison beats the press. Bill Thompson throws it off the foot of Webb, but there was a push first from the back, and I think this is going to be on Taylor Williams here. No, excuse me, it's on Rylan Les now.
That'll be her second team first of the second quarter.
And Bodie Nystrom going to check in for Rylan Les now. But again, I believe Nystrom's playing with 2 fouls herself.
She is.
6:50 left in the half. Inbound here to Peel Thompson near corner, back into Galbraith, low post. Galbraith back outside right wing. Looked like a travel. Top of the key 3 is on the way. That one's too strong. A rebound at the top of the key by Albertson, and McAlester will try to give themselves their largest lead of the game. Again, they're only leading by a possession right now, 3 points. Skip to the far corner, right wing. Williams for 2. Williams is able to tickle the net and now make it 16-11. Nothing but net, right from the right elbow. 6:20 left in the first half.
And she's got 7 today.
High post Music back outside to Galbraith. McAlester leading by 5. Galbraith long pass to the right wing. Beal. Beal has her pocket picked. Albertson is guarding Beal. She recovers it in the backcourt. Now to the near corner. Peel Thompson back into Webb. Webb back out to Peel Thompson baseline. Back beyond the perimeter, finding its way to Beal. Beal, rainbow pass, finding Galbraith. That three-pointer from the corner is way too strong. Another offensive board by Peel Thompson in the corner. Thrown straight to Nystrom with the steal. Nystrom hands to Avery Albertson. Lady Buffaloes lead 16-11, 5:50 left in the half. Albertson being pushed by Peel Thompson. Hands off to Zoomer. Zoomer in the front court. That pass is tipped straight to Beal. Beal, 2-on-1. Beal towards the rack, up for 2. She's fouled, and that will be free throws here, and Zoomer is holding her tailbone as she hit the hardwood, immediately grabbing her lower back, it looks like. Seems like she's going to be okay after she can walk it off, though, but immediately showed some discomfort there. So 2 free throws for Beal.
Foul was on Zoomer. That's her first.
Team second on the Lady Buffaloes here in the second quarter. First free throw is short.
Edison just 2 of 6 from the free throw line right now.
Yeah, that's what really lost them the game back 7 days ago. We mentioned if they just shot 50%, they would have won that game. They shot 38%. Second free throw will be short as well, and Williams gets a rebound. So it ends up being a good foul there for Cambry Zoomer. Pass to the high post. Williams tries to feed it back to the top of the key again. Swatted and stolen again. Lady Buffalo struggling.
That's the 6th Edison steal.
Galbraith straight away. Passes angle right. Beal steps into a right wing three. Too short. Tipped straight to Zoomer inside the paint, who gets one of the easiest rebounds she'll ever have. And they throw it straight back to a Lady Eagle. Stolen by Beal. Beal ahead to Peel Thompson. Peel Thompson pushed by Zoomer. It's on the floor first, but that'll be Zoomer's second foul here in the last 60 seconds. Five minutes, 12 seconds left in the half. It's a 5-point McAlester lead, 16-11. That foul was on the floor. It's McAllister's third team foul. And Coach Yu wants a timeout for the Lady Eagles. We'll take it with them. McAlester leading 16-11 here in the ladies' game. 5:12 left in the half on KNED.
The largest used car sales event of 2025 is here. Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester makes it easier than ever to trade up and upgrade. Hundreds of used cars, trucks, and SUVs marked down to sell. No reasonable offer refused. Bring us your tax return and Patriot will double it toward your purchase or down payment. Vehicles $99 down and $199 per month. Interest rates as low as 1.9% APR. Get to Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester.
McAlester Direct Primary Care offers 24/7 access to your provider, deeply discounted rates on labs and imaging, more time with your provider, same day or next day appointments, and even home visits for a flat monthly membership fee. We now offer hormone replacement therapy in addition to our other services. For more information, please stop by our office, McAlester Direct Primary Care at 6th and Carl Albert, or give us a call at 918-233-6522.
Once again, it's not a very pretty game for the Lady Buffalo so far, but they do lead by 5, 16-11. It's been the pressure of the Edison defense that has kept them in this game. McAlester leading by only 5, but it is a game-high 5-point lead. Nate, you were looking at some steals earlier. I believe the Lady Eagles up to 7?
I believe that's right. Yes.
Already still in the first half. Here's an inbound. Galbraith takes in the left wing, and Edison with the basketball taken along, too, as Galbraith airballing it, and Zoomer's got the rebound right by the baseline. Again, just in the last game, they only had 6 steals the entire game, as we have now a foul on the far sideline. Zoomer was fouled by Peel Thompson. That'll be the second team foul on the Lady Eagles.
And I believe that's her second personal. I could be wrong on that, though.
That is her first.
I was wrong.
But yeah, they already
as
have.
usual.
But the Lady Eagles already have more steals in this game than they had the entirety of the last game. Inbound to Williams, mid-range. Down low to Nystrom, outside, far corner 3. Albertson, back ironed. In the paint, Williams has the offensive board. Second chance for McAlester. Left elbow 2. Nystrom can't get it. Williams fighting for the board down low. We'll have a jump ball. It'll go back to the Lady Eagles.
McAlester right now 6 of 21 from the field. Edison 4 of 18.
Out of the timeout, Coach Bashirs wants to press, and they will. Far sideline, they do beat it. Galbraith with the basketball. Galbraith driving, stopping. Left elbow 2 will be off kilter. Little off to the right. Albertson with the wide open rebound. She'll pass ahead on a skip to Zoomer. Zoomer ahead to Nystrom. Pass far off into the right, and it'll go into the hallway. Another turnover for the Lady Buffaloes, which seems to be, well, that, and they're also not shooting the ball that well, but they're playing good defense, and they're just not taking care of the ball right now.
That is the 10th total turnover by McAlester.
The Lady Buffaloes only had 15 against the Lady Eagles back at the MAC. 4:21 left in the half, 16-11. Still McAlester leading by 5. Here's a lob right wing to Beal. Beal into the corner. Pass into the paint. Driving. Two-pointer up. Blocked shot by Nystrom. And she also has the rebound after it was tipped to her along the right block area. Zoomer ahead to Albertson. About 10 feet from the three-point line, left side. Albertson dribbles with the right hand, non-dominant hand. Reverse direction goes left side. Albertson high dribbling. In trouble. Double team. Falls to the floor. Rolls it. There's another steal by Peel Thompson. Throws it ahead. Trying to catch up to it as Music. She can't do so. McAlester basketball. They're getting lucky here. Lady Buffalo's been coughing the ball up quite a bit, but the Lady Eagles have not been able to do much with it yet.
Right. I mean, McAllister's up to 11 turnovers right now. Edison just has 7.
16-11. Lady Buffaloes on top by 5. Still have not had really any scoring here in the last 3 or so minutes. Pass low post. Nystrom, baseline. Too strong with the shot. And the Lady Eagles couldn't handle the rebound. They had it all together. And even Coach Yu was saying, what are we doing? You had an easy board. McAlester basketball baseline here.
Hey, you'll take it if you're a Lady Buff fan right now.
Alberson will inbound, ride the glass. Bounce passes to Williams. Mid-range jump shot is blocked by Music. Throwing ahead. Knight has the steal along the half-court line. She throws it right back to Peel Thompson. Peel Thompson on the drive. Runs into Cambry Zoomer, and she can't do that, man. That's going to be her third. And she also kind of coming up a little bit gingerly with might be one of her ankles here. And she's already kind of hurt her hip area and now trying to stretch out her ankle. As Zoomer will come off the floor, that's her third foul.
Checking out will be Zoomer and Taylor Williams coming in, Lesnow and Shiley Mason.
And although the Lady Eagles are only down by 5, I would feel good about where you're at right now.
Yeah.
Because Galbraith is going to start making shots again. She currently has the ball, high post, backpedals up to the three-point line, takes a long straightaway 2. That's no good. Offensive rebound, throws it back out to Galbraith. Galbraith left elbow, drives in mid-range, and she's fouled again. Please don't be on Lesnow.
I think it might be. Well, it's on either Lesnow.
It's on Lesnow. That's her third. So your 2 leading scorers both with 3 fouls before we make it to the 3-minute mark in the second quarter. And now Taylor Williams, I mean, she wasn't able to even get a squirt out of the water bottle yet, and she's got to come back out onto the court. So Galbraith at the free throw line, as that has now put them into the bonus. They still miss the free throw, though.
They are 2 of 8 from the free throw line right now.
5 team fouls on the Lady Buffaloes to 2 on the Lady Eagles here in the second quarter. I'd like to also see the rebound battle if you have enough time here.
Yeah, 1 second.
I feel like Lady Eagles doing much better rebound the ball than they did back on Friday.
They have 13 rebounds total. McAlester has 18.
So better, but still McAlester winning that battle. Another missed free throw, another offensive rebound here for the Lady Eagles. They tried throwing to the low post, and they're going to say last touch by McAlester. I didn't see that. And much to the chagrin of McAlester fans, it'll stay with the Lady Eagles baseline.
That's 5 offensive rebounds right now for the Lady Eagles.
They only had 7 in the entirety of the last game that these two teams played. Inbound to Music, swinging it quickly right wing to Beal. Beal finds a lane, attacks it, goes up with a high shot, and it falls to the bottom of the bucket. 16-13, McAlester leading by a possession again. Alberson, far sideline, steps in front of the scorer's table. Guarded by Oliver, dribbles to the three-point line, skips it straight to Peel Thompson. Peel Thompson one-on-one with Alberson. Lost the ball, throws it off of Mason, tries to get the ball back. It should be Lady Buff basketball, and it will be. McAllister's transition defense has been superb, and it starts with Avery Alberson tonight.
Right, she has been fantastic. And really, McAllister just needs to find something on the offensive side because they are dominating this on the defensive end.
They have to take care of the basketball. I mean, draw some fouls. If Edison is going to be this aggressive, they should be tied up with you with fouls. Williams, top of the key, lobs it back out left wing to Alberson. Alberson looking around, can't find anyone but Knight straight away. Swings it right wing to Mason. Mason cross-court pass to Alberson. Alberson tries to thin the needle. It's stolen again. McAllister trying to make something happen here, but they're just throwing bad passes, really. Peel Thompson with the steal. Hands off to Galbraith. Galbraith driving. Baseline. Tries to get down into the low post. Denied access. Back to the top of the key. Quick swing out right wing to Beal. Beal dribbles to the high post. Has to lob it back out with a rainbow pass to Galbraith. Galbraith on the drive. Traveled inside the paint. I'll give the ball back to the Lady Buffaloes. I mean, this game has been here for the taking for McAllister, but really what it's been is defense reigning supreme no matter who's on the defensive side.
Right, it's been very defensive, very good defensive performance from both teams so far.
Alberson passes to Nye, edge of the circle, feeding to Nystrom right wing, high post to Williams. Williams back outside to Alberson. Alberson attacking the lane, good Euro step inside, she'll be fouled, and McAllister's first free throws of the second quarter are about to commence. This trip to the charity stripe brought to you by Big V Feed Center. For your animals' needs plus winter feed booking prices, call 918-426-1951.
Fouls on number 11, her second, team third for Edison.
Peel Thompson. As Alberson makes the first free throw, McAllister back up by 2 possessions. Again, Avery Alberson coming off of tying a career-high 9 points against Will Rogers back on Tuesday was really key in McAllister's win. Second free throw by Alberson, nothing but nylon. And it's now 18-13. McAllister back up by 5.
And she's got 5 points.
1:45 remaining in the half. Galbraith calling out the play on the edge of the circle, guarded up loosely by Knight. Pass right wing to Oliver, into the corner to Peel Thompson. Bounce pass off of off of Williams, finding it back along the perimeter. Now lob out to Beal straight away to Galbraith, left wing. Galbraith, jab step, will take the left angle 3, off kilter. Ball at the high post, taken back by Alberson. Alberson and McAllister moving right to left. She stops, waits. Long 3 left wing. Won't go. Tipped around. Taken back by Peel Thompson. and a near jump ball. Peel Thompson's able to rip it out of there and give Edison the possession. 1:11 left in the half. Poked ball by Alberson. Alberson with the steal. One-on-one with Galbraith. Towards the rack. Left-handed shot is no good, but she's fouled, pushed by Galbraith. And that'll be the 4th team foul on the Lady Eagles.
I'll be interested to see how many fouls that is on Galbraith here in this first half.
It's only her first.
I thought she had another one earlier on.
Alberson's first free throw is too strong. Again, coming into tonight, Avery Alberson, a 62% free throw shooter. Again, she was 5 of 6 from the charity stripe, including 2 clutch-made free throws in the final minute against the Lady Ropers. She does split the trip to the line here, makes her second one, and the Lady Buffaloes now up by a game-high 6 points, 19-13. 1:01 left in the first half. Lady Buffaloes trying to end this half strong with their top 2 leading scorers on the floor right now, both in foul trouble. Here's Williams with a pat. Straight to Alberson. Alberson in trouble at the top of the key. She's fouled, and that'll be foul number 5. Alberson will go back to the charity stripe. She takes a glance at the scoreboard and says, it's my turn to go back to the free throw line. It's like a reward. 49 seconds left in the half. Lady Buffaloes trying to crack the 20-point mark, and by the way, that is Peel Thompson's 3rd foul. As Alberson makes the first free throw. Why that is big is because who has been getting most of the steals tonight?
It has been her almost every time.
Whether it be in the perimeter or in the low post. Second free throw by Alberson. Won't take the Buffalo bounce. It was too strong. Gathered in the corner by Music, and here come the Lady Eagles down by 7. 20-13, 43 seconds left in the half in this pivotal 5A4 district matchup. Long 2, runner on the way, way off. Rebounded by Williams. McAlester once again going right to left. Let's see if they push it or wait for the last shot with 33 seconds left. Alberson doubled in the corner. Lob pass to no one but Galbraith down the low post. Overshot her target of Bodie Nystrom in the high post. Galbraith being chased by Mason. Stops high post. Nearly traveled back outside to the baseline. 2-pointer up and short. Rebounded by Nystrom with 18 seconds left. Alberson looking around, seeing what Coach Bashirs wants to do on this final possession here of the second quarter. 9 seconds. Bounce pass to Knight between the rings into the corner. Mason has a wide open 3 on an island. Painted gold! Shiley Mason hits the tray. There's the buzzer, and the Lady Buffaloes take a double-digit lead into halftime. 23-13, your score. We'll be back with some halftime stats. You're listening to Lady Buff Basketball here on KNED.
Stipe Law Firm, your first call when the unthinkable strikes for over 80 years. We focus on wrongful death, personal injury, truck and oil field accidents, insurance bad faith, probate, end-of-life preparation, and Social Security disability claims. We are here to advocate for you in all of your legal needs. We are a full-service law firm with over a century of experience representing Oklahomans across the state, professionally and discreetly. We win our cases in courtrooms, not on social media. Call today, 918-423-0421, or go online to stipelaw.com.
Running into an old friend is nice. Running into a total stranger, well, not so good. Now, you don't need help from Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop for those greetings with friends, but if you have one of those unwanted encounters with a stranger, give Buck Wilson a call at 918-423-3161. They are expert craftsmen, specialists. They can straighten out your situation. Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop, 103 East Oklahoma, McAlester. Again, call 918-423-3161.
Now we celebrate.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula. From now until the end of January, we are celebrating 10 years of serving and being a part of your community. We'll be running some of our biggest sales and service specials ever, so if you need a vehicle for the family, a truck for your business, or some economical transportation, we have it for you. So come make it happen at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula at our 10-year anniversary sale.
So, checking accounts. There seems like a ton to choose from, right? I was looking for one that didn't charge monthly fees, with bounce protection, and had mobile banking. I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. The bonus is that they're local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in checking options. The Bank NA. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome to halftime here in Tulsa, Oklahoma at the Edison Preparatory Athletic Center, a.k.a. the PAC. The McAlester Lady Buffaloes lead 23-13 over the Tulsa Edison Lady Eagles, and it's only fitting if you're listening on the radio side of things that you heard Charlie Mason's liner coming back. The senior hits a near corner three. When you leave her open, she's a pretty good sharpshooter from the outside the perimeter, and she shows it off there. She's the team leader in three-point percentage. Again, she doesn't have the most three-pointers made, but in terms of percentage, she leads the team plus 31%, and she gives McAlester a 10-point lead as we are now getting ready for quarter number 3. We have that stat and more with your halftime stats brought to you by First Realty, 602 South 2nd Street, McAlester. Call 918-423-3122 or visit first-realty.net.
For more than 50 years, First Realty has helped the residents of McAlester and the surrounding area with their real estate needs, whether residential or commercial. First Realty will guide you through the process of buying or selling your home or business. You can view our property inventory online at first-realty.net. We update our listings daily. And don't forget, if you're into pickleball, the Pickle Palace is open. If you have questions, give us a call at 918-423-3122.
This is your voice of the Buffaloes, Brandon Green, alongside downtown Nate Brown, who is my color commentator / stats man. So, stats man, read off the stats.
All right, Avery Alberson was your leading scorer in the first half. She went 4 of 6 from the free throw line. She also had one of the 2 threes that McAllister's hit in this game so far. She had 4 rebounds and 2 steals. Taylor Williams also had 7 points. She has 5 rebounds, one of those being offensive and a steal. Ryan Lesnow has 6 points in the first half. She did have 7 rebounds in the first half as well, but she did get into some early foul trouble. She has 3 going into the second half. She also recorded a block. Then Charlie Mason had the other 3, as you talked about just a moment ago. She has 3 points along with a steal. Kaylee Knight doesn't have any points, but she is playing some fantastic defense out there today so far. The only stat she's recorded is a rebound and a steal, but she's made much more of an impact on the game than just that. Cambry Zoomer, she's got 2 rebounds, 2 steals. Really hasn't been able to see her shot fall here today, but I'm sure we'll see that change here in the second half. And Bodie Nystrom, she has 2 rebounds, a steal, and a block. That's all for your individual stats. We'll move on to team stats. Neither team shooting particularly well from the field. McAlester 7 of 25, good for 28%. Edison just 5 of 26 for 19%. McAlester 2 of 11 from three-point range.
Yeah, that's not particularly well. Both teams again under 30% from the field so far.
It's not what you want.
It's not what you want.
And Edison is 1 of 9 from three-point range. But here is where the big difference comes into play. McAlester 7 of 9 from the free throw line. Edison 2 of 9. Then McAlester is out rebounding the Lady Eagles. I believe that is 21-16. So out rebounding them by 5. McAlester has forced 12 Edison turnovers. Edison has forced 15 McAlester turnovers. Both teams have 2 blocks on the day.
So it's pretty clear the 2 keys to the second half here for McAlester.
Yeah, I mean, first off, I know this isn't the main key, but you got to find some kind of consistent offense in the second half. Edison was pressuring you every time down the floor, and turnovers is the other really big key from McAlester. Even against a team like Edison, you cannot turn the ball over that much, even if you do have a double-digit lead on them right now.
Exactly, and I think that everything that you mentioned goes into finding that consistent offense. It's finding your shot and taking care of the basketball, because McAlester still hasn't been able to put up as many shots as they probably wanted to in the first half because they gave the ball up 15 times. That's how many turnovers that McAlester had total against Tulsa Edison 7 days ago. So if McAlester wants to be able to take this game and really run away with it, because they're in prime opportunity to. McAllister's leading by 10 despite shooting 28% and despite having 15 turnovers. Now imagine if you took a little bit better care of the ball in the first half. Imagine if a couple of those threes that you shot were able to fall. I know we've already made a couple here. And imagine if you make some more of your shots from around the high post or low post area, and if you have your leading scorers in for the majority of the first half, this could be about to bring that up. This could be a totally different ball game. So there's a chance for McAlester to run away with it, but there's also on the flip side a chance for Edison. They only shot 19% from the field in the first half. Their shot could fall with much better regularity. Again, they were a 34% shooting team a week ago.
It doesn't feel like either of those teams' shooting percentages are sustainable. someone's going to get hot. It's just a matter of who and how quickly they can do it.
Absolutely. So I think it's a good way to be able to end off our halftime thoughts and our halftime stats, brought to you by First Realty, 602 South 2nd Street, McAlester. Call 918-423-3122 or visit first-realty.net. We'll be having our second half coverage coming up in just a moment. Looks like we have 2.5 minutes left in halftime. The Lady Buffaloes leading 23-13 in this pivotal 5A4 district matchup. If McAlester wants to climb on up to the 6th seed, you really got to beat Edison tonight, and that is what they are currently doing, hoping to do it for the final 16 minutes of regulation. You're listening to McAlester Lady Buff Basketball here on KNED.
Benton Nissan has a sweetheart of a deal on the new 2025 Nissan Murano.
A sweetheart of a deal? What does that even mean?
It means amazing savings and unbeatable offers. And guess what? They also have a sweet deal on the 2025 Nissan Armada.
Spacious, stylish, and a great deal. Everyone needs to check this out.
They should, but hurry, the sweetheart deals won't last long. And don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya.
Fenton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Shop us online now at fentonnissan.com.
Don't let heating and cooling issues break your heart this February. At Freeze and Flare Heat and Air, we know there's nothing worse than dealing with an uncomfortable home. Whether you're trying to stay warm on a chilly night or beat the heat on an unseasonably warm afternoon, our expert team is here to make sure your system is running perfectly. Show your HVAC system some love this month, and let us ensure you stay cozy, comfortable, and carefree all season long. We are licensed, bonded, and insured. Mechanical license number 0014445.
The largest used car sales event of 2025 is here. Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester makes it easier than ever to trade up and upgrade. Hundreds of used cars, trucks, and SUVs marked down to sell. No reasonable offer refused. Bring us your tax return and Patriot will double it toward your purchase or down payment. Vehicles $99 down and $199 per month. Interest rates as low as 1.9% APR. Get to Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester.
McAlester Direct Primary Care offers 24/7 access to your provider, deeply discounted rates on labs and imaging, more time with your provider, same day or next day appointments, and even home visits for a flat monthly membership fee. We now offer hormone replacement therapy in addition to our other services. For more information, please stop by our office, McAlester Direct Primary Care at 6th and Carl Albert, or give us a call at 918-233-6522.
We are now flipping sides as we're beginning quarter number 3. The McAlester Lady Buffaloes up by 10 over the Tulsa Edison Lady Eagles, and this is a rematch of a game 7 days ago at the MAC that saw McAlester win 46-41. Once again, a low-scoring affair, but McAlester on top right now. Far corner 3 out of the break. Avery Albertson short with the 3, and the ball's last touched by one of the Lady Buffaloes, either Zoomer or Les now down the low post. And 10 seconds into the second half, McAlester once again leading 23-13. This is Brandon Green alongside Nate Brown as Tulsa Edison, with a lob across the half-court line, will have their first possession of the second half. Galbraith, right wing. She hit 1 3. She has not hit one since then, but again, we know how hot she can get. Here's a bounce pass that was intended for her in the low post, but stolen by Taylor Williams.
Her second steal of the day.
Les now has it, baseline, double team. Tries to skip it back over to Albertson outside the perimeter, and that's going to be their 16th turnover of the contest, which McAllister's been doing such a good job of taking care of the basketball during their win streak here. That's just not going to get it done against most teams, though. As Peel Thompson has a jump ball here, it'll stay with the Lady Eagles along the baseline. Nearly a travel, but they're going to say the ball was being, I guess, grabbed also by Les now around the mid-range area. 7:18 left in the third quarter. Baseline inbound, finding Peel Thompson, who's playing with 3 fouls. Passes high post to Galbraith. Galbraith drives, pulls up. 2-foot jumper will bank in hard. And that'll make it an 8-point game. Lady Buffaloes on top, 23-15. As Edison strikes first here in the third quarter. Bounce pass left wing. Les now tries feeding it to the high post. Once again, intercepted. Another turnover for the Lady Buffaloes. Here's a swat. Taylor Williams says, I'll have you turn it over. Throwing it right back. They get rid of it again. And now Bodie Nystrom just with not a smart foul. She had her arms all wrapped around music.
And that's her 4th.
Lady Buffaloes.
No, 3rd. Correction.
We've had the ball for a minute and 7 seconds. We've had game time for a minute and 7 seconds here in the third quarter, and we have seen 3 turnovers from the Lady Buffaloes here in the second half.
It just cannot happen, Brandon.
18 turnovers for McAlester now. Not playing like the team that they've been for the past week and a half, maybe 2 weeks now. In this win streak that they had, really the 5 out of 6, we have a mid-range jumper that will go for Beal. And now it is a 6-point game. It started 2 weeks ago to the day against what was Bridge Creek, the home team in the Bobcat Classic. Left wing, Albertson looking around, has to hand it off way beyond the perimeter by Nystrom. Passes baseline. Williams tries dribbling baseline. Nothing's there. Lobbing it back out left wing. Albertson hooked. That should have been a foul. Right wing, Zoomer passes baseline to Nystrom. Or excuse me, less now inside the Nystrom. Nystrom is fouled on the way with the finger roll layup. So she'll go to the free throw line. This trip to the charity stripe brought to you by Big V Feed Center. For your animals' needs plus winter feed booking prices, call 918-426-1951.
That was the first team foul on Edison here in the second half, and foul was on number 12, her second.
That's Galbraith. I thought that Albertson was hit kind of in the face around the top of the key area. But either way, I think we'd rather have the free throws, albeit Nystrom does miss the first one. Nystrom, a 58% free throw shooter. She was 4 of 6 from the line against Will Rogers on Tuesday. As she is 1 of 2 from the line here, just like she was against Edison back a week ago. McAlester leading by 7, 24-17, 6:10 left in the third. Peel Thompson passes to Music. Music feeds to Galbraith on the edge of the circle. Now the right wing. Beal lobbing it back to Galbraith. Standing about 12 feet from the three-point line. We'll hand it off now to Galbraith. Albertson switches it back up. Excuse me, that's Beal. Down to the high post. Music dribbles left elbow. Lost her dribble. That's a walk. They're going to say it was bobbled around. The three-pointer's missed anyway, and Taylor Williams has the rebound. As Zoomer tried throwing it down to the low post, the pass is tipped out of bounds, and Nystrom was around the area. Les now had to make sure that she didn't step on a falling Music for the Lady Eagles.
That is 6 rebounds for Taylor Williams today.
Albertson inbounds far corner, wide open 3. Zoomer paint it goal. Don't let her get hot. Zoomer just was barely off on some of her 3-point attempts in the first half. Those are her first 3 points of the game, and McAlester leading 27-17. Again, Zoomer had a 32-point game at the end of January against Ada, and she leads the team in scoring at 13.9 a game. Here's a wild 2 that's missed by Beal. Williams has got another rebound. Zoomer down the floor, passing head to Albertson, stops on a dime left wing, waits for her offense. Guarded up well by Music. She'll dribble away from her in the front court and bounce back to where she was to the left wing to Nystrom. Bounce pass high post, driving in Les now. Tough contested 2, she'll be fouled.
That'll be the second team foul on Edison here in the third quarter.
Shot won't go, but Les now trying to earn it at the free throw line. Les now a 67% free throw shooter. That is good for second on the team among qualified free throw shooters. She makes the first one with a kiss off the glass. And the Lady Buffaloes lead by game-high 11 points. Second free throw attempt by the sophomore is nothing but nylon. And it's now 29-17. The Lady Buffaloes up by a dozen.
And Les now's got 8.
5 minutes left in the third. Man, getting up by a dozen has been harder than trying to buy a dozen eggs nowadays, right? Right wing, Beal trying to drive, gets baseline low post, blocked shot by Williams, and she's got the board. Man, she's been playing great in the post today. Albertson double team, she's in trouble. Coach Bashirs calls her first timeout, and we'll take that timeout with her. 4:46 left in the third quarter. Lady Buffaloes lead 29-17 here on KNED.
Stipe Law Firm, your first call when the unthinkable strikes for over 80 years. We focus on wrongful death, personal injury, truck and oil field accidents, insurance bad faith, probate, end-of-life preparation, and Social Security disability claims. We are here to advocate for you in all of your legal needs. We are a full-service law firm with over a century of experience representing Oklahomans across the state professionally and discreetly. We win our cases in courtrooms, not on social media. Call today, 918-423-0421, or go online to Stipe Law.
Running into an old friend is nice. Running into a total stranger, well, not so good. Now, you don't need help from Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop for those greetings with friends, but if you have one of those unwanted encounters with a stranger, give Buck Wilson a call at 918-423-3161. They are expert craftsmen, specialists. They can straighten out your situation. Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop, 103 East Oklahoma, McAlester. Again, call 918-423-3161.
Lady Buffaloes currently on a 6-0 run. They lead the Tulsa Edison Lady Eagles 29-17. And Taylor Williams, what can you say about her and how she's played during this win streak for the Lady Buffaloes?
Right, she's had 7 points today, 8 rebounds. She has been a force to be reckoned with really in this whole win streak.
Zoomer gets the inbound. She's on the floor with Avery Alberson, Rylan Lesnow, Taylor Williams, and Bodie Nystrom. Speaking about Williams, she's really earned her way into the starting lineup where Coach Bashirs, even if you wanted to think about it, you couldn't really take her out. Here's a bounce pass trying to find Williams down the low post. They said it was touched by no one but the passer Nystrom, so it will sell out of bounds. Lady Eagle basketball, 4:32 left in the third. I know that there's been kind of some switch-ups in the lineups here and throughout the season to see really what's working with an inexperienced team, but Taylor Williams, if you keep on playing like this, you're never going to take a seat if you're, one, not tired, and two, not in foul trouble.
Right, and she's only a sophomore.
Got a pretty stud sophomore class, I think, with Zoomer and Lesnow and Williams.
I mean, those are your 3 building blocks for the future right there.
I think so. Galbraith passes far sideline. Beal almost lost the ball as Alberson, speaking about the senior class, she's been great along with Nystrom. Bounce pass to the feet over Oliver. Now back beyond the perimeter, and there's a walk. Music tried passing left and lifted up her right foot. That was her pivot foot. And it'll give the ball back to the Lady Buffaloes, leading to, again 29-17, 4:07 left in the third.
I guess that whistle wasn't music to her ears.
Stop.
I debated saying that.
Alberson, overhead pass, finding its way over to Lesnow. Cross-court pass. Alberson, spot up left wing. 3 is a little off. Offensive board. Nystrom back up for 2. Won't get it. Lesnow trying to grab it. Throws it off of Music, but Music, that was music to her ears. She's able to grab the rebound, throw it ahead now to Beal. Beal driving on Alberson, and it was a foul. What a shot. You just got to tip your cap. Alberson has been great in transition defense. She's usually great at being able to prevent any points, and this time it's an and one here for Beal, who threw up a prayer of a shot. It was able to fall. That's only Alberson's first personal. Beal is going to try to complete the three-point play and pull them back into single-digit deficits. Can't do so, though. They continue to struggle from the free throw line. The free throw is strong, taken by Nystrom.
They're 2 of 10 from the free throw line right now.
That's pretty much the game. Baseline, Williams for 2, short. Rebounded by Webb. Lady Eagles going the other way as McAlester goes one and done. Galbraith drives, lobs to Beal. Beal, left wing. To the high post she goes. Mid-range floater, too strong. Another rebound for Williams. Williams now ahead to Zoomer. Zoomer ahead to Lesnow. Lesnow on the drive into the low post. Draws contact. Will bank it in. McAlester gets those 2 points right back from the right hand of Rylan Lesnow. Doesn't come easy. 31-19.
And she's in double digits now. She's got 10.
She wasn't even one of the leading scorers for McAlester in the first half. She's been playing a great third quarter so far. Between the leg dribble, Galbraith on the drive, mid-range floater. Great defense in the low post, leading to a Williams rebound again.
She's got 10 rebounds here in the first 3 quarters.
Zoomer throws ahead to Nystrom. Nystrom's able to gather the pass. Mid-range jumper won't go. Williams got another rebound, lobs it out over to the left wing to Alberson to the right wing. Zoomer, right wing 3, too strong. And a ball gets swatted straight into the arms of Music. So Eagles going the other way. Galbraith dribbles baseline, tries to back up Alberson. Reverse direction, low post, blocked shot by Nystrom, rebounded by Lesnow. 2:25 left in the third. Long pass to Alberson, left wing. Alberson surveying the field, no one's open. To the left elbow with the pass to Lesnow. That pass is swatted, out of bounds. Nope, saved by Alberson before it went into the McAlester bench. Zoomer now with the ball on the edge of the circle. Zoomer backpedals, now a swing pass to the top of the key. Alberson looking inside, trying to figure out this pesky Lady Eagle defense. Baseline drive, Zoomer, reverse layup, will go! What a shot, Cambry Zoomer! Come on now. A little bit of a magic trick there for Cambry Zoomer, and one. This trip to the free throw line brought to you by Big V Feed Center. And Kaylee Knight will check in. What an unbelievable shot.
Coming in for Taylor Williams.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, was she nearly behind the backboard?
She was. That foul was on number 5 for Edison, her third.
And she completes the three-point play. Cambry Zoomer puts McAlester up by 15, 34-19 our score.
And Zoomer's got 6 today.
They've been able to increase their lead here in the third quarter by 5. Oliver, right wing, passes to Galbraith inside the three-point line. Backs up Knight to the low post. Ball is picked by Alberson. Last touched by the senior, and it'll be Lady Eagle basketball along the baseline. So right now the offense is trying to flow through Galbraith, and McAllister's not going to have it like it was back 7 days ago where she put up nearly 20 points. Timeout called by Tulsa Edison. We'll take that break. 1:44 left in the third. Lady Buffaloes lead 34-19 here on KNED.
Now we celebrate.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula. From now until the end of January, we are celebrating 10 years of serving and being a part of your community. We'll be running some of our biggest sales and service specials ever, so if you need a vehicle for the family, a truck for your business, or some economical transportation, we have it for you. So come make it happen at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula at our 10-year anniversary sale.
So, checking accounts. There seems like a ton to choose from, right? I was looking for one that didn't charge monthly fees, with bounce protection, and had mobile banking. I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. The bonus is that they're local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in checking options. The Bank NA. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
As McAllister's leading 34-19 with 1:44 left in the third. Partner, this is what we're wanting to see from the Lady Buffaloes, like they have been on their win streak so far.
Right, we've seen the turnovers really be cut down, and we've got a steal by Avery Alberson.
Alberson ahead to Zoomer. Ball gets tipped around a little bit. It should be last touch by the Lady Eagles, and it will be. But yeah, you were just mentioning turnovers. McAllister's cut those down. They've been able to get some themselves, like what you saw from Avery Alberson, and it's led to points.
And that's her third steal on the day, by the way.
That's another game that she's had multiple steals. Alberson into the corner to Knight. Knight dribbles it around the perimeter. Back into the corner to Alberson. Spot up, wide open three. Paint it gold. Avery Alberson. New career high for the senior. She's into double digits. 37-19. 1:24 left in the third. Galbraith, right elbow. Galbraith muscles her way into the mid-range area, and there'll be a foul called here. McAlester fans wanted to say all ball, but that, I think, got the elbow first before the ball was blocked.
If that's on Nystrom, that's her fourth.
There's a multitude of Lady Buffaloes in the area that could have been on. That's McAllister's third team foul. And they haven't put on the scoreboard who that is yet. I wasn't able to tell because we're opposite of the scores table here. There is no number 4. They put it on number 4, but we don't have a number 4 on the roster. First free throw made by Galbraith. I think it was on Zoomer. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, they've got it flipped.
They got it flipped. The player is listed on the right side with the fouls on the left, so that will be Zoomer's fourth. So she has to take a seat here with 1:20 left in the third. The Lady Buffaloes have built up a 17-point lead. Galbraith trying to bring it down to a 16. Her second free throw is no good as it rattles out. Les now has the rebound inside the paint. Alberson will dribble across, guarded by Oliver. Trying to backpedal on Oliver's, now accelerates forward again. Lost control of the ball. Alberson dives after it along the far sideline and could not take care of the basketball, just as we were bragging on them a little bit. The first true possession since we came out of the break. Turnover McAlester.
Yeah, it's the 20th turnover on McAlester compared to 16 for Edison.
Lady Buffaloes still, though, leading by 17 points despite the turnover issue today. Under a minute left in the third. Galbraith gets a screen. Top of the key bounce pass to Beal. Beal trying to drive on Les now. A wild shot won't go. Alberson has the rebound baseline. Hung on by by Webb. Alberson now dribbles to the top of the key. 43 seconds left. Reverses direction and pass to the angle left area. Les now. Hook pass, side post. Nystrom on the drive. Floater inside the paint will go for Bodie Nystrom. Lady Buffaloes lead by 19 now. 39-20. 30 seconds left in the third.
Nystrom's got 3.
Right wing 3 is going to be maybe blocked there by Les now. Mason's got the rebound. That was well short. I mean, a good 5 feet short. Alberson now to the left wing. Backpedals and on up near the half-court line. She's being double-teamed. Picks up her dribble. Needs some help with 15 seconds. Finds Nystrom into the corner. Mason, wide open 3 again. Won't go. That one's short. That one's taken by Webb ahead to Galbraith. 6 seconds left in the quarter. Galbraith on the drive. Stopping high post. 4 seconds. 3 seconds. Bill left wing 3. Short. Rebounded by Alberson at the high post. And there's a foul before the end of the quarter. And we'll see who that foul is on. We'll report it to you. At least that's what I saw from the official. He called a foul. Are they calling it off? So the foul will be called off. They're going to say it was after the buzzer. But regardless, McAlester leads by 19, 39-20 as we head to the fourth quarter. Put those 4s up in the air, Lady Buff fans. You're listening to McAlester Lady Buff basketball here on KNED.
Benton Nissan has a sweetheart of a deal on the new 2025 Nissan Murano.
A sweetheart of a deal? What does that even mean?
It means amazing savings and unbeatable offers. And guess what? They also have a sweet deal on the 2025 Nissan Armada.
Spacious, stylish, and a great deal. Everyone needs to check this out.
They should, but hurry, the sweetheart deals won't last long. And don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya.
Fitton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Shop us online now at fittonnissan.com.
For those listening on radio, you heard Avery Alberson's senior liner, and man, she is completely tearing it up for the Lady Buffaloes today. She has a new career high. She has multiple steals, 3 on the day, and she's also kind of doing it in the rebound department too, as McAlester gets the inbound and a quick inbound, leading to a quick foul on Peel Thompson. That should be her 4th. Lady Buffaloes, 2 seconds into the 4th quarter, lead 39-20. Kaylee Knight, Rylan Lesnow, Shiley Mason, Bodie Nystrom, and Avery Alberson on the floor for the Lady Buffaloes. Cambry Zoomer had to sit with 4 fouls before the 3rd quarter ended. Lesnow looking inside, trying to find Kaylee Knight through her hands out of bounds. Again, if you're just now joining us, the one problem that McAlester has had tonight, granted against a pesky Tulsa Edison defense, has been the turnover bug.
Right, McAllister's been able to find their shot a little bit. They're up at 32% from the field compared to Tulsa Edison's 21.
So both teams shooting a little bit better in the second half than they were in the first. Galbraith just inside the three-point line, pulls up for a 15-foot jumper that won't go. Ball along the baseline is being tipped around. Last touch they're going to say by the Lady Eagles. McAlester basketball. You know, we've been giving a lot of people their flowers here today, and for good measure. I know Valentine's Day is only a week away, but Rylan Lesnow is another Lady Buffalo that has been playing great in the paint.
Right, she is nearing a double-double. One more rebound for her will get it.
Here's an inbound, another quick foul here as Nystrom grabbed the ball along the near sideline. Music pushed her out of bounds.
I believe that's either Music's 3rd or 4th.
That's going to be team foul number 2 on the Lady Eagles. That is, can wait for the scoreboard to pop it on up here. We'll have an inbound first. There's a quarterback pass finding Alberson, who couldn't collect it at first. Now grabs it, finds Lesnow on a drive towards the rack, and will score. And the Lady Buffaloes lead by lucky number 21 as they are rolling now. Like a Limp Bizkit song. 7:20 left in the game. Driving in Galbraith. Mid-range, traveled, no call, and she makes the floater. That's a clear travel inside the paint. But it's now a 19-point game again for the Lady Buffaloes. Alberson in the backcourt. Arm grab, no call. Knight to the high post. Lesnow, mid-range, back outside to Alberson. 7 minutes left in the game. Alberson backpedals between the circles. Passes right wing. Lesnow looking inside for Nystrom. Nystrom is fouled on the shot, and she'll go to the line. This trip to the free throw line brought to you by Big V Feed Center. For your animals' needs plus winter feed booking prices, call 918-426-1951.
That'll be the 3rd team foul in Edison here in the 4th quarter. Looks like Cambry Zoomer getting ready to check back in.
That's also the 4th team foul on Music. First free throw by Nystrom is no good. She is now 1 of 3 from the line tonight. And Zoomer coming in playing with 4 fouls for Shiley Mason. Nystrom trying to get her team back up by 20 again if she can sink this second free throw. It's in the air and no good. Back iron. Straight back to the free throw line. It will be taken by Galbraith in stride. McAlester can't take advantage of the free throws. Galbraith high post. Feeds it inside. Ball's tipped. Stolen by Knight in the low post. Tipped by Nystrom. 6:42 left in the game. Although McAlester turned the ball over, they've been able to force their own share. Low post. Nystrom for 2 will score. On the feed from Cambry Zoomer, right by the left wing area, and McAlester leading by 21 once more. But get this, they've held their opponent to 22 points with 6.5 minutes left in the game. Here's a steal by Lesnow on the pass from Galbraith, 2-on-2, drives to the low post and can't finish at the rim. Galbraith will get the rebound and go the other way. Galbraith now coast to coast, pulls up, mid-range floater, will not go. Offensive board, Oliver high off the glass, won't go, gets her own rebound again, and a foul called on Knight down the low post as Oliver landed on top of Knight.
If that is indeed on Knight, that's her first, and it is.
A season low for McAllister's opponents have been 30 points that was scored by Noble in the last day of the Bridge Creek Bobcat Classic. So 22 points is awfully impressive here for McAlester. Looking for their 6th win in their last 7 games, looking for 4 games in a row to win. Inbound, swatted away by Lesnow in the near corner area. Now, Nate, if we have another timeout here, I'd like to go to last season. I can't remember if McAlester Lady Buffaloes, if they won 4 in a row last year, and if they did, well, we'll have a chance to look at it here. Coach Yu wants to call a timeout for the Tulsa Edison Lady Eagles. We'll take it with them. McAlester leading by 21, 43-22 with 6:08 left in the game here on KNED.
Don't let heating and cooling issues break your heart this February. At Freeze and Flare Heat and Air, we know there's nothing worse than dealing with an uncomfortable home. Whether you're trying to stay warm on a chilly night or beat the heat on an unseasonably warm afternoon, our expert team is here to make sure your system is running perfectly. Show your HVAC system some love this month, and let us ensure you stay cozy, comfortable, and carefree all season long. We are licensed, bonded, and insured. Mechanical license number 001-44485.
So we just did a look, and yeah, the McAlester Lady Buffaloes did not win 4 games in a row a year ago. They're trying to win 4 games in a row for at least the first time in a couple of seasons here. If they can complete the comeback, complete this game, as Les now knocks the ball out of bounds. Last touch by her and then a Lady Eagle cheerleader. 6:06 left in the game. Will be now a right of the glass inbound along the baseline for Edison. McAlester leading again 43-22. Have dominated the second half. As here's Zoomer with an inbound steal, trying to throw it ahead for Les. Now she wasn't looking, and stolen back by Beal. Beal driving. Zoomer has to let her glide by her to score since she has 4 fouls. Edison wants to press here with McAllister's turnover issue that they've had today. They do backpedal it on up as Zoomer is able to get across the half-court line with ease. 19-point McAlester lead under 6 minutes left as Alberson grabs the ball near sideline. Alberson starts her dribble, feed down low. Nystrom up for 2. Nystrom can't bank it in. Kaylee Knight has the rebound, and she's going to be trampled on, not on purpose, of course, but Oliver was jumping on her back, trying to go after the loose ball. And that'll be team foul number 4 on the Lady Eagles.
Brandon, am I looking for 4 in a row?
4 in a row.
So 2023 was the last time. They beat Broken Bow, Ardmore twice, then Ada.
So that was the 2022-2023 season, correct?
Correct.
So first time in a couple of years that McAlester can complete this win, that the Lady Buffaloes will have won 4 in a row. Inbound low post. Nystrom up for a high shot. Won't get it. Les now offensive rebound. Playing janitor. Puts it back up and in. McAlester back up by 21, 45-24 with 5:26 left in the game.
And Les now might be nearing a career high. She's got 14.
Beal can't make the shot. Zoomer's got the rebound. Career high for Les now is 19 points.
Okay.
Les now, speaking of which, has the ball right wing. Guarded up well by Beal. Begins her dribble. Has a clean lane to the basket and will score. It's now 47-24. McAlester up by a game-high 23 points with 5:05 left in the game. She had those 19 points again against Tulsa Edison.
That's right.
Her 2 highest games scored have now been against Tulsa Edison and Tulsa Edison. I think she likes playing against Tulsa Edison.
I would say so.
She had 5 steals at this gym last year. Here's a block shot by Les now, 2, and she's got the board. She's double-teamed down the low post. We'll have a jump ball here. That will give the ball back, though, to the Lady Eagles with 4:44 left in the game.
It feels like Edison's won most of the jump balls.
Les now's got a big old smile on her face. She knows how well she's playing. Inbound left wing, taken back by Galbraith. She popping shots on left elbow. That's too strong. Zoomer has the rebound in the corner. Triple team, gets it out to Les now. Les now with numbers. She'll wait. Looks for someone, now gives it to a trailing Zoomer, has the ball in her hip, 1 dribble, now picks it up, passes high post, bounce pass to Les now, wide open, trip to the basket, and she will score again, 49-24.
Now she's got 18.
4:18 left in the game, McAlester leading big, 25-point lead, as they look well on their way to a 4th straight win. Outside, long 3 by Galbraith. Galbraith too short with the shot, Les now with another rebound. Les now tries finding Zoomer and does so after it was tipped by Beal. Down the near sideline. Passing ahead, finding a wide open Bodie. Nystrom can't finish with the layup as it rolls off the front side of the iron. Zoomer tries to get the ball back and does so near sideline. Zoomer, one-on-one towards the basket. Passes it outside to Alberson. Alberson left wing. Alberson will set up the offense now.
Zoomer has 4 steals on the day.
She is the team leader in steals per game at 2.5. Alberson wide open, far corner 3. Give it to her. No, won't go. Knight, offensive rebound, second chance here for the Lady Buffaloes. Beal trying to steal it back. Ball's on the back of Knight. This will be a jump ball staying with the Lady Buffaloes. I love that anyone that may not know the game of basketball, if you just see an official give 2 thumbs up in the air, what do you think you're thinking if you don't?
It's good.
It's all good, man. Like the Fawns. Let me guess, you have not watched that show either.
I've watched a little bit of it.
Okay. 3:32 left in the game.
Also not exactly in my time frame.
That's true. Inbound low post. Les now trying to create separation. She's trying to get elbows to create that separation. That will be foul number 5 regardless here on the Lady Eagles. And that will send Les now to the free throw line for a chance at a new career high. That's foul number 5.
foul is going to be on. I'm still waiting for it on the scoreboard here.
And we're opposite the scores table, or else we'd know a little bit better.
Oh, looks like that was on.
It was on Peel Thompson.
And that was her 5th. She is fouled out.
So that brings in Webb into the ball game. McAlester could take the rest of this game in cruise control.
But that is not Coach Rashier's style.
No, not one bit. Lesnow's first free throw is made. She gets 2.
Yeah, that's.
I don't know why everyone was going after the rebound, but now she's tied her career high 19 points. So 19 in 2 straight games against Lady Eagles. I think she also just likes playing on Friday night.
And Charlie Mason will check in for Kaylee Knight.
So here's a chance at 20 points for Rylan Lesnow. Free throw is in the air. Got it. Welcome to the 20-point club, Rylan Lesnow. Have yourself a night. 51-24 the score. Lady Buffaloes lead by 27. They're leading by more than the points that the Lady Eagles have. Top of the key, Galbraith gets it back outside. Beal, angle left 3 will be too strong. Rebounded by Lesnow. High post. Lesnow high dribble, waits for her offense. Stops before she can cross the half-court line and gives it with a little bit of a feed to the Zoomer. 3:06 left in the game.
She's put up a 20-13 stat line right now.
What a game. Pass inside. Mason double team. Low post. Tries to rip it away from a Lady Eagle. We'll have a jump ball first. Possession arrow favors the Lady Eagles. Back into the game, Taylor Williams. And she'll check in for Bodie Nystrom. So really, when you break all this down, Coach Bashirs can only be upset about one thing, and it's really the turnovers. But other than that, what a game we've had tonight. McAlester only won this game by 5 back at the MAC, and they are winning by 27 now.
And Brandon, I cannot wait to get to some of these stats.
Here's a steal by Zoomer again. She's got another one. Zoomer in front of everybody. Layup will not go. Too strong. Offensive board by Avery Alberson, and she's fouled. And you know what I'm loving here as I'm watching this? With how rough the season started for McAlester, lost their first 10, to see these ladies play with big old smiles on their faces in a game like this.
Right.
They're seeing the fruits of their labor come to fruition. They're seeing the score, and they're saying, hey, it's working. First free throw is missed, though, by Alberson. McAllister's about to get up to 6 wins here. Again, they're going to win 4 games in a row for the first time in a couple of seasons. They didn't do it since the 2022-2023 season.
It looks like Callie Burrow is going to check in for Alberson after this free throw if she makes it.
Second free throw misses. Williams, offensive board, right block, won't go. Lesnow, offensive rebound, that one won't go. And a late foul will give Lesnow 2 more free throws here. So Alberson's day will more than likely be done as Callie Burrow getting ready to check in. But Lesnow a chance to get up to 21 and 22 points here. Any stats that kind of stand out to you first, though, while you have the time?
Just 1 second.
As Lesnow does hit the first free throw and Burrow checks in for Alberson.
Well, Ryan Lesnow has 21 points and 14 rebounds and 3 blocks and a steal. But as far as team stats, Edison 1 of 14 from three-point range.
Lesnow 2 of 2 from the line. The Lady Buffaloes now lead 53-24, nearly a 30-point lead. Again, they've held a team, their opposing team, to a season low of 30 points before. Right now, the Lady Eagles at 24. Top of the key, Reed. Pass to Oliver. Galbraith now between the circles. Galbraith tries to penetrate inside the perimeter. Stolen by Zoomer again.
That's
Zoomer,
her 6th.
1-on-1 to Burrow. Burrow off kilter 2, won't go. Rebounded by Webb down low, and Webb threw the ball away. Trying to find Oliver in front of the McAlester bench. Again, I hate to score watch, but again, you're looking at the only game in between the two games that these two teams played against each other. Back on Tuesday, it was a 29-point loss for Tulsa Edison against Durant. Driving in, Zoomer wide open layup. McAlester up by 31, 55-24. So that goes to show you, if you like score watching, that's how close McAlester can be with a team that will probably be hosting.
Yeah.
They're not that far off. And really, if I'm any other team looking at the possible regional matchup, as we have Galbraith going up for a low post 2 that won't go, Zoomer's got the rebound. I don't want to play McAlester right now.
No, I want to avoid them at all costs.
Galbraith throws it across the half-court line to Lesnow. 90 seconds left in the game. They're playing their best ball. They're hotter than any team in the district right now. Well, other than Coweta. They just stayed hot the entire season.
Yeah, they're going back to the state tournament.
Looking in for Williams. Williams scores. Could have been an and one. And Taylor Williams.
She's got 9.
Makes it a 57-24 ball game. Lady Buffaloes firing on all cylinders. Again, the Lady Buffaloes have scored, what is that now? 34 points in the second half. Here, corner Galbraith looking inside. Lesnell reads it like a book, swats it into the Eagle cheerleaders. And now more substitutions coming in here in the final minute. Abby Parham checking in, as well as Kirsten Smith.
Coming in for Taylor Williams and Charlie Mason.
Only players that stay on the floor is Lesnell and Zoomer. Here's an inbound over towards half-court line. It's a race for the basketball, and it'll be taken by Reed. Reed across the half-court line, almost stolen by Smith. Taking a long two, won't get it banked in. Rebounded by Burrow. Burrow hands now to Zoomer. Under a minute left in the game, McAlester trying to score some more as they throw it into the low post, and it's intercepted. Going the other way now, the Lady Eagles once more. That one was taken on a steal by Bolt. Galbraith bolting towards the paint. Takes a contested two that is airballed. Zoomer tries giving it back, and it will get back to the Lady Eagles here with the long two. That one's in and out. Rebounded by Parham in the low post, and there'll be a jump ball here. Should stay with McAlester, and it will. 29 seconds left in the game, 57-24. Buffaloes just 29 seconds away from once again winning their last 4 in a row and 6 out of the last 7 games. Eyeing that possible 6th seed as we have a foul here with 26 seconds left. That foul on Webb, and then more free throws here for Rylan Lesnell.
And I think that may have been the 5th on Webb.
It's definitely past the team 5th foul. It's the 4th on Webb. And we have the boys coming up next. We're going to read off our post-game stats immediately at the conclusion of this game. We'll give our final thoughts at the conclusion of the boys' game, so we encourage you to stick around all night long tonight. First free throw made by Lesnell, and we're going to talk a lot about Rylan.
That's for sure.
We're going to talk a lot about Rylan, talk a lot about Avery, talk a lot about Taylor. Who didn't play well?
Exactly.
Lesnell makes both of her free throws, and McAlester up big, 35-point lead, 59-24 the score, 22 seconds left in the game.
Lesnell a perfect 10 of 10 from the free throw line.
Is that good?
It ain't bad.
Right wing Oliver looks inside for Galbraith, baseline, Galbraith trying to back up Smith. Tough two, won't go. Parham has the rebound down low, feeds it to Zoomer, 7 seconds left. We'll see if they try to score again or if they try to just hold on to the ball. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Coach Bashir says just dribble out the clock, and there's your final. The McAlester Lady Buffaloes win their 4th in a row and 6 out of their last 7 games with a 59-24 dominating win over the Tulsa Edison Lady Eagles here in T-Town on a Friday night to get closer and closer to the possible 6th seed as they've won 3 district games in a row. Let's look at our post-game stats now. That is brought to you by Barlow Built Performance and Automotive, your full-service automotive and transmission repair shop, brake work and heat and air repair, plus we do MIG and TIG welding. We're McAllister's only full-time exhaust shop. From race cars to your grandma's cars, we do it all. We sell tires and wheels. Barlow Built Performance and Automotive, 2201 North Main Street in McAlester. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 918-318-0323. Nate, take it away.
All right, Rylan Lesnell was your leading scorer. She had 24 points on 7 of 13 shooting, a perfect 10 of 10 from the free throw line. She had 14 rebounds, 9 defensive, 5 offensive. She also had a steal and 3 blocks. She also did not have a foul in the second half. Avery Alberson, she had a new career high, 10 points, along with 7 rebounds, 3 steals. Taylor Williams had 9 points, along with 12 rebounds and 3 steals on 50% shooting from the field and 1 of 1 from the free throw line. Cambry Zoomer, she had 8 points along with 5 rebounds and 6 steals in the first half, in this game. I don't know why I think I'm doing halftime stats all of a sudden. Bodie Nystrom, she had 5 points. Do you need the...
No, keep on going. You're good.
Okay. Bodie Nystrom had 5 points along with 4 rebounds, a steal, and 2 blocks. Charlie Mason had 3 points on 1 of 2 from three-point range. She had a rebound and a steal. Kaylee Knight had 3 rebounds and 2 steals. Callie Burrow recorded a defensive rebound, as did Abby Parham, but she had 2 rebounds. And we'll get to the team stats real quick. McAlester, 37% from the field compared to Edison's 19%. McAlester, 22% from three-point range compared to Tulsa Edison's 7%. McAlester, 17 of 24 from the free throw line compared to Edison's 3 of 12. McAlester vastly, and I mean absolutely dominated the rebounding category, 49-27.
That's pretty close to what it was a week ago.
Yeah. And McAlester actually ended up with fewer turnovers than Tulsa Edison did. McAlester forced 23. So they're actually one behind.
Okay.
23 compared to Edison's 24.
All right, so we actually have a little bit more time to now be able to give our thoughts on the girls' win. What do you think as McAlester has now once again won 4 in a row?
I mean, that was a night and day difference from first half to the second. McAlester didn't give up the bad passes that we saw quite a bit in the first half, and really that was what a Coach Brashear's team looks like, especially here recently. I believe it was 5 out of 6 that they've won now.
Yeah, 6 out of the last 7.
And I mean, this team, you're seeing the type of talent that they're going to have in the future, and really they're in contention for that 6th spot now, and that could make all the difference come playoff time.
Yeah, because if you get to the 6th spot, you're not playing a host team in the first round. You're playing a team that has to travel. So it could make a big difference on if you make it to the area tournament or not.
Right.
So I'm excited to see how they finish off the season. There's 3 more games left for them. If they're playing like this, they play like they did in the second half, I think they can beat Tulsa Memorial on Tuesday back at the MAC. So we encourage everyone to come out early to support the JV boys. And then, of course, for the varsity girls right after that, they'll tip off around 6 next Tuesday. But while we have the time, we want to be able to thank some of our sponsors again as we are getting ready for the boys' game. So we'll send you to commercial break and return with pregame of the boys' game coming up in just a moment here on KNED.
The largest used car sales event of 2025 is here. Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester makes it easier than ever to trade up and upgrade. Hundreds of used cars, trucks, and SUVs marked down to sell. No reasonable offer refused. Bring us your tax return and Patriot will double it toward your purchase or down payment. Vehicles $99 down and $199 per month. Interest rates as low as 1.9% APR. Get to Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester.
McAlester Direct Primary Care offers 24/7 access to your provider, deeply discounted rates on labs and imaging, more time with your provider, same-day or next-day appointments, and even home visits for a flat monthly membership fee. We now offer hormone replacement therapy in addition to our other services. For more information, please stop by our office, McAlester Direct Primary Care at 6th and Carl Albert, or give us a call at 918-233-6522.
Stipe Law Firm, your first call when the unthinkable strikes for over 80 years. We focus on wrongful death, personal injury, truck and oil field accidents, insurance bad faith, probate, end-of-life preparation, and Social Security disability claims. We are here to advocate for you in all of your legal needs. We are a full-service law firm with over a century of experience representing Oklahomans across the state, professionally and discreetly. We win our cases in courtrooms, not on social media. Call today, 918-423-0421, or go online.
Running into an old friend is nice. Running into a total stranger, well, not so good. Now, you don't need help from Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop for those greetings with friends, but if you have one of those unwanted encounters with a stranger, give Buck Wilson a call at 918-423-3161. They are expert craftsmen, specialists. They can straighten out your situation. Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop, 103 East Oklahoma, McAlester. Again, call 918-423-3161.
Welcome back to the Edison Pack. We just finished up with the ladies' game in which the McAlester Lady Buffaloes won their 4th in a row and 6 out of their last 7 with a 59-24 win over the Tulsa Edison Lady Eagles. McAlester ended up finishing the second half with a 36-8 run.
Is that good?
That's pretty good. That ain't bad at all. Now let's go ahead and let's preview the boys here. McAlester is 10-9 on the season, led by head coach Mike Dooney in his second season. McAlester lost in overtime in one of the best games you're going to see ever. It was an 80-77 overtime loss, in which we spoke with Coach Dooney about it before we got set up over here. But yeah, there were 19 lead changes in the game. 19.
Crazy.
McAlester shot just 1% better from the field and 3, although Will Rogers made 4 more three-pointers. That was really it in the game.
Yeah.
That was really the difference. Is just one team made more three-pointers than the other team made. McAlester only had 1 more rebound and only 1 less turnover. However, second chance opportunities loomed large, and Will Rogers did the most with the slim lead that they had in that stat for extra shot attempts. And with a game as close as Tuesday's, every little stat mattered. McAlester was 19 of 26 from the free throw line. Will Rogers just 4 of 13 for 31%. Rodney Washington, by the way, had a game. He is only the 3rd Buffalo in the last 8 seasons to score 40 or more in a game, joining the likes of Zach LeBlanc and Adante Holloman. So, again, he's just 74 points away from 500 as a freshman.
Man, that is crazy.
67% from the field, 87% from the free throw line, 11 rebounds, 2 blocks, along with those 40 points. He's averaging 22.4 points per game in his freshman season. And he's got people from TV. He's got TV people here from News Channel 2 and News Channel 9. They're also coming over here to see what he can do and put it on the highlight reels for the nighttime news tonight. So we also have Brandon Smith. He had 18 points. Don't forget about him. He's a sharpshooter. He's gotten his three-point percentage up to 42%, and he has 3.3 steals a game. So Brandon Smith, he is, again, just through his sophomore year, about close to the 700 mark, getting close to 1,000 points, which a lot of people don't get until their senior year. So he is also on his way there. Devion Bickham also was great in that game with 7 rebounds, leading to McAlester having chances to win that game against the Will Rogers Ropers back on Tuesday. That leads us into the 5A4 standings. Tulsa Memorial is alone at number 1, 10-0 plus 134. Will Rogers at number 2 at 10-2 plus 80. Edison Prep is right now at number 3 at 6-4 plus 39. Really the only chance McAlester has, the only chance. If they lose this game, the 3 seed is out of contention.
Right.
And that means that if you finish as the 3 seed, you don't have to go to the top team in 5A3. You get to go to the second best team if you finish as the 3rd spot. So a better chance to be able to win your regional. McAlester is at the 4 seed. If they win this game, the hopes of still climbing up to the 3 seed are alive. Also, if you lose this game, you're looking at possibly falling down to the 7 seed because only 1 game separates the 4 seed from the 7 seed. And that was Durant who beat you twice. So 5A4 is wide open right now. McAllister's at 4-6 plus 1, Tahlequah 4-6, negative 25. Coweta 3-7, negative 57. Durant 3-7, negative 64. Pryor last at 1-9. They just got their first win, negative 108. McAllister's remaining games, of course, tonight against Tulsa Edison. Tulsa Memorial on Tuesday, the best team in 5A4. Then you have Pryor on Valentine's Day, and then Tahlequah now on Saturday of next week, I believe, for Senior Day. So let's now preview the Tulsa Edison Eagles, who beat McAlester a week ago in a final score of which was 70-56. Edison raced out to an 11-0 lead in the first, and the Buffs couldn't come back in a wire-to-wire 70-56 loss. The loss simply came down to shooting. Edison was able to attack the paint well, and it led to 55% from the field for them to 33% from McAlester. The dominant paint play opened up the outside, where Edison shot 38% from 3 to McAllister's 20%. What kept McAlester in the game were free throws. They were 15 of 19 from the line, while Edison was 13 of 24. The Edison Eagles are now 10-11 on the year. They're led by head coach Creed Flowers. They're averaging 52.5 points per game. They're giving up 54.7 points per game. And remember, they went to the state tournament last year, but they only lost by 8 to the eventual state runner-ups that only lost the state championship game by 2. So as we now look at the last 11 games for the Tulsa Edison Eagles, well, their first 11, they lost 8 out of their first 11 games. Then they've won 7 out of their last 10. They're 5-4 in games decided by 10 or less, and 1-2 in games decided by 5 or less. Also, the only game that they had since the win against McAlester was a win over Durant in Durant, 47-38. So that is where we're at right now with the Tulsa Edison Eagles. That sends us right into our players to watch and keys to the game.
All right. I mean, you have to start with the guy who scored a career-high 40 points in his last game, right? I mean, that's exactly what Rodney Washington did as a freshman on Friday against the Ropers, and he did it efficiently, too, scoring 40 on only 18 shots from the field. We'll need him to keep up his scoring efficiency if McAlester is going to walk away from the pack with the win tonight. And then you've got the second half of the dynamic duo, Brandon Smith. He was able to get into double digits as well against the Ropers on Tuesday, putting up 18 points on 50% shooting from three-point range. But one of the biggest things he might be able to contribute today will be on the defensive side, as where you mentioned he's averaging a ridiculous 3.3 steals per game. And moving on over to our keys to the game. First off, you got to convert in transition. It's something we've talked about. It despite how athletic and talented McAlester is, they've struggled to convert shots in transition after either forcing a turnover or grabbing rebound. If this team can correct that issue, most teams are going to struggle mightily trying to outscore this team. Second, you got to slow down the Edison offense. The Eagles shot 55% from the field, including going 5 of 13 from three-point range. Be sure to close out strong on their shooters and make the Edison offense go one and done. Let your offense go to work. And finally, you got to warm up the three-point shot. McAlester, as a team, shot 6 of 17 from 3 on Tuesday against the Ropers, and 6 of 17 from 3 on Tuesday against the Ropers, and 3 of 15 against the Eagles in McAlester. Against a team as talented as the Eagles, you'll need to make your threes to keep up against the high-flying Edison offense.
Can I add one more key to the game?
Go for it.
You can't let Edison get out to a hot start.
Yeah.
Again, an 11-0 lead out of the gate is really what put McAlester behind, and they could never catch up. So the McAlester Buffaloes right now wanting to make sure that they don't do the same. So again, we have 2 minutes until our starting lineups. We have 2 minutes until we have tip-off here from the Edison Pack. This is your voice of the Buffaloes, Brandon Green, alongside Nate Brown. We'll take a break and be right back in 2 minutes here on KNED.
Now we celebrate.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula. From now until the end of January, we are celebrating 10 years of serving and being a part of your community. We'll be running some of our biggest sales and service specials ever, so if you need a vehicle for the family, a truck for your business, or some economical transportation, we have it for you. So come make it happen at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula at our 10-year anniversary sale.
So, checking accounts. There seems like a ton to choose from, right? I was looking for one that didn't charge monthly fees, with bounce protection, and had mobile banking. I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. The bonus is that they're local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in checking options. The Bank NA. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing.
Nissan has a sweetheart of a deal on the new 2025 Nissan Murano.
A sweetheart of a deal? What does that even mean?
It means amazing savings and unbeatable offers. And guess what? They also have a sweet deal on the 2025 Nissan Armada.
Spacious, stylish, and a great deal? Everyone needs to check this out.
They should, but hurry, the sweetheart deals won't last long. And don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya.
Finn Nissan is your best deal dealer. Shop us online now at finnissan.com.
Don't let heating and cooling issues break your heart this February. At Freeze and Flare Heat and Air, we know there's nothing worse than dealing with an uncomfortable home. Whether you're trying to stay warm on a chilly night or beat the heat on an unseasonably warm afternoon, our expert team is here to make sure your system is running perfectly. Show your HVAC system some love this month, and let us ensure you stay cozy, comfortable, and carefree all season long. We are licensed, bonded, and insured. Mechanical license number 0014445.
Welcome back to the Edison Pack here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. The McAlester Buffalo is trying to avenge a loss from a week ago where they lost the Eagles 70-56 in the game that is pivotal if they want to climb up to the 3 seed. The 3 seed is not possible if McAlester does not win tonight. It'll be out of reach. Here are the starting lineups for the Tulsa Edison Eagles. Well, let's start off with the McAlester Buffaloes. They're the road team. They're wearing their black-on-black uniforms with the white numerals on the front and back, and white McAlester in cursive across the front. Again, 10-9 on the year, led by second-year head coach Mike Dooney, sophomore forward number 1 Devion Bickham, sophomore guard number 2 Brandon Smith, freshman guard number 3 Rodney Washington, sophomore guard/forward number 5 Davian Pouncil, and senior guard number 10 Alex Dooney, the same starting 5 that McAllister's been rolling out for the entire season so far. Now for the Tulsa Edison Eagles, 10-11 on the year, led by head coach Creed Flowers, number 1 Maurice Jackson, number 3 Jet Crawford, number 5 Quan Young, number 11 Donald Jackson, and number 15 Sheldon Thomason for the Eagles. We're about to have tip-off. That's brought to you by McAlester Clothing Consignment. Accepts consignments Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and offers a 50-50 split. Consign with us and pick up great bargains, 1212 South Main McAlester, behind Dollar General. Nate, any final thoughts before we get started here with the boys' game?
Well, I think word's starting to get out about Rodney. I think I've seen about 3 different news stations here tonight. I know I saw Fox 23, Channel 2, and a couple others.
And they have cameras that are more expensive than what you make in a year, probably.
Oh, 100%. Because I've worked with some of those cameras before.
They want to make sure that they get a big-time dunk in HD. There's a tip won by Edison, and it's basketball time here in the Heartland. But right now, the only thing on Washington's mind, and Smith, and Dooney's, and Bickham's, and Pouncil's is let's get a win over Edison tonight. Here's a lob to the near corner. Again, Edison with the basketball to start off our game. They're on the right side of the half-court line. McAlester, when they have the ball, will be on the left. Far sideline, passing to the edge of the circle. Right now with it is Jackson. Jackson dribbles to the far sideline. You get a Maurice and a Donald Jackson. Maurice currently has it. Dribbles past Rodney Washington. Tried getting it out to the far corner over to Donald and traveled on his way there. So 32 seconds into the first quarter, a turnover on the Edison Eagles. And Edison will press against McAlester with a skip over to Dooney. Off the inbound, feeding it to Pouncil. Pouncil back to Bickham. Bickham in the backcourt still. Bickham looking, will start his dribble down the far sideline, finds a lane, attacks it, goes up for a contested two, and will score and one. That's how we get this party started. As Devion Bickham gets the two, cha-ching plus tax. This trip to the free throw line brought to you by Big V Feed Center. For your animals' needs plus winter feed booking prices, call 918-426-1951. Bickham completes the free throw, completes the three-point play. Let's get this party started right. Let's get this party started quickly. 3-0 is the score, top of the key. Picking up his dribble will be Donald. Donald picks it up and passes it to the near sideline on a skip. Donald retrieves it back in the circle. He dribbles left side, guarded up by Brandon Smith. McAlester once again working out that man-to-man defense. 60 seconds into the first. On the drive, Donald, baseline, guarded up well by Pouncil. Has to get it back out beyond the perimeter. Now to the low post, backing up Dooney. Tough two over Dooney, scoring and one. We're trading possible three-point plays here. That one was Quan Young with the basket.
Foul was on Dooney, his first, team first of the first quarter.
Young had 11 points against McAlester back last Friday. The free throw that tied up is good, and we are tied up 3-3. 6:50 left in the first. McAlester trying to beat the press of Edison. Bickham lobs back over to Dooney. Dooney near sideline, back to Bickham. Bickham bounce pass to Rodney. Rodney right wing. Stops, high post, takes a contested right elbow floater. That won't go. Rolls around the rim, rebounded by Thomason. And losing the ball, Pouncil on it, and a jump ball call. We'll give it to McAlester.
Pouncil will get the steal.
Pouncil averaging just about 1 steal per game on the year. And 11.1 points per game getter, 5.6 rebounds per game grabber. 6:32 left in the first quarter. Tie game 3-3 here in this rematch between McAlester and Edison that saw that game go Edison's way last Friday. Smith passes inside. It had Dooney. Dooney had his back turned to him. And it'll be stolen by the Eagles moving the other way. Bounce pass near corner from nearly behind the backboard. The tray won't go. Off the back iron, taken back by the shooter, Maurice Jackson. Double team near the half-court line. Almost lost it. Now batted loose. Bickham going for it, and there'll be a foul called. This will be on Bickham.
That'll be his first. Team second here in the in the first quarter.
That's not an unwise foul there by Bickham. That's just a hustle foul that you're going to see sometimes.
Yeah.
6:11 left in the first. Much slow-scoring game so far by the Edison Eagles. McAlester with better proficiency defensively than what they saw a week ago. In the far corner, Crawford in trouble. Has to bounce pass it along the baseline, and it goes sailing out of bounds. It'll stay now with McAlester with 6:05 left in the quarter.
Yeah, Edison had about 11 points by this time on last Friday.
By the way, if you're wondering why a bunch of TV stations are over here to watch Rodney Washington 2, here's a steal taken by Quan Young. Young around Bickham will score. There's Edison's first lead of the game. Go check out the last dunk that we ended up posting of Rodney Washington on our Buff Sports radio pages. Here's another steal here. McAlester taking poor control of the ball as there's a layup that's made by Donald Jackson, and quickly it goes to a 7-3 lead here for the Eagles. Washington says, for enough about that, goes up for a contested two, won't finish, and it's rebounded in the mid-range area, and a foul called on Dooney. That'll be his first, I believe. Third team team foul, though.
Because he was the one who fouled on that and one.
Correct, so Wesley Phillips has to check in for him. So McAlester, after starting the game off pretty strong, past minute and a half is not what you want.
All right, Edison's on a 7-0 run right now.
5:33 left in the first. Young with the basketball left wing, finds a lane, attacks it, tough two, won't go. Rebounded by Wesley Phillips as he hits the deck. Do we have a foul or do we have a jump ball? Looks like a foul here called. It'll be on Donald Jackson. That'll be the team second foul.
That'll be his first.
Phillips will inbound. Edison wanted to keep the pressure on McAlester. Again, the Buffaloes had just 14 turnovers against Edison. It was pretty close. Phillips finding Pouncil in the backcourt, lobs it across to Bickham. Bickham near the half-court line will start his dribble and pick it up. Looks down low for Phillips. Phillips low post up for two, will score. Wesley Phillips breaks that 7-0 run there by the Eagles to make it 7-5. Quickly far corner. Crawford with the ball. Crawford trying to go baseline. Denied access by Bickham. Has to get it back out to the front court. Dangerous pass. Gets loose. Stolen by Bickham. Bickham ahead over to Smith. Smith one-on-one towards the basket. We'll get a shot to go. Looked like it was going to be a little bit too strong, but it's now tied up 7-7 on a quick 4 points from the McAlester Buffaloes. 4:45 left in the first. Jackson across the half-court line, and despite that little minute and a half rough run for McAlester, as we have a charge. Yes, it's a charge. Thomason delivered an elbow to the chest of Davian Pouncil. He takes the damage, but he says, you know what, I'll take the ball. 4:37 left in the first quarter. And we'll have some substitutions here for the Eagles. Coming in, TJ Hooks. That foul, by the way, is on Thomason. Thomason had nearly a 30-piece against McAlester.
That's big.
Back on last Friday, he has to take an early seat with 2 fouls. 4:35 remaining in the first. That's what is allowing TJ Hooks to come into the game. Lob high post, dangerous, taken by Bickham in the backcourt after it was tipped by an Eagle. Bickham working off his pivot foot, finds Washington near sideline. Washington jab step right. Now attacks the lane. Stops in. Floater up. Drew contact. No whistle. Tries to get his own rebound. Phillips is on the floor. Taken instead by Donald Jackson of the Eagles. Jackson pushes it. Outside. Far corner three-point attempt. Will go. TJ Hooks right off the bench. Right to the bottom of the netting. 10-7. McAlester down by 3. Washington left front court. Over halfway through the first quarter. Bickham, right wing. Attacks inside the perimeter, spin move, mid-range floater, will go. Devion Bickham likes playing in Tulsa. He brings it back to a 1-point game. He had a really good game against Will Rogers earlier this calendar year. Also earlier, I believe, had a pretty good game against Tulsa Memorial too.
He's got 5 points today.
Right wing to the top of the key. Maurice tries dribbling right into the front court, passing right side, stolen by Rodney Washington. Hold on to the roof, and he'll slam it home, hanging on to the rim. And McAlester takes an 11-10 lead with 3:21 left in the first. Give the people what they came for, Rodzilla. We'll take a break and be right back here on KNED.
The largest used car sales event of 2025 is here. Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester makes it easier than ever to trade up and upgrade. Hundreds of used cars, trucks, and SUVs marked down to sell. No reasonable offer refused. Bring us your tax return and Patriot will double it toward your purchase or down payment. Vehicles $99 down and $199 per month. Interest rates as low as 1.9% APR. Get to Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester.
A Rodney Washington dunk led to a Creed Flowers timeout. McAlester leads 11-10, 3:21 left in the first. As it'll be Eagle basketball, McAlester, since going down 7-3, has gone on an 8-3 run.
Game of runs so far.
Donald Jackson across the timeline, handed off left wing. Maurice trying to back up Smith, will now pass it across the front court, finding TJ Hooks on the near side. Now the top of the key, dribbling it backwards now is Liggins. Liggins crosses over Pouncil, and there's a foul. Should be off ball, I think.
Foul's going to be on Pouncil. It's his first.
That was on Pouncil?
That'll be the 4th team foul.
Was I looking down at my sheet and I missed something? Because I didn't think there was a ton of contact there, but I could be completely wrong there. Jackson looks to inbound baseline. Jackson does find Liggins. Takes it out beyond the perimeter, tries to drive on Pouncil into the paint, back outside near corner. Hooks, dribbles behind the back, guarded well by Bickham. 2:50 left in the first quarter. Pass far sideline. Again, the Edison Eagles raced out to an 11-0 lead just a minute and a half into our game a week ago. This is to be able to get them up past that mark. They won't get it to fall with the three-pointer far corner. Hooks has their offensive rebound. Pass is tipped out of bounds past the near sideline. It will stay with the Eagles here with 2:35 left in the first. So McAlester defense already shining a lot brighter than what you saw early in the game against Edison at the MAC. So Hooks will inbound near sideline. Hooks looking, bounce pass into the front court. Backing on up is Donald Jackson, guarded well by Smith. And Smith with a 3.3 steals per game getter. Passes left wing, and that's going to be a backcourt violation. Yeah, it will be a backcourt violation. Pouncil was going after the ball to maybe try to score in transition. That probably a good thing for McAlester that didn't happen. He ended up grabbing the ball either way, but I think McAlester wants to set up a play here. Smith left wing. Shovel pass to the right wing to Bickham. Bickham will find Pouncil and get the handoff. Pouncil trying to drive left inside the lane. Goes up with a contested as he hits the deck. Where is the whistle? Having a hard time finding out how that one wasn't a foul, and we'll have a missed shot rebound here by Edison. That's the most contact I've seen on a play so far tonight. Or through traffic, gathers the ball up for two, too strong. Phillips had the rebound, but he was standing out of bounds as he grabbed it. He'll stay with the Eagles here. Yeah, Pouncil looked like he was hit to the ground pretty hard.
Yeah. I thought for sure we were going to see 2 free throws there.
1:54 remaining in the first. Inbound, straight away to Donald. Ball guarded by Pouncil, backpedals it on the circle, skips to Liggins. Liggins driving, Liggins for 2, gives the Eagles the lead back. 12-11, 1:42 left in the first.
Edison 5 of 9 from the field right now.
Washington steps into a right wing 3, and he tickles the twine. 14-12, painted goal. McAlester back up by 2. Donald driving, bounces it to the feet of Hooks. Hooks lost it. Phillips has got the steal. Head over now to Washington. Washington across the timeline. Looks left, now looks at the rim. Goes towards the rim, hit as he goes. And this one should be on the shot as Washington also comes up favoring that ankle. Again, remember, that's his right ankle that he's looking at. He hurt his right ankle over at the Bobcat Classic just a couple of weeks ago. And again, he's still not really putting any weight on it, trying to test it out right now. He's trying to put some kind of weight on it. I think he's trying to walk it off. He has free throws on the way. Foul will be on number 5, Quan Young. That's his first.
And it looks like Dooney might be checking in for him. Yeah.
Washington's looking over towards the bench. And he's going to take the free throw attempts at least. This trip to the free throw line brought to you by Big V Feed Center. For your animals' needs plus winter feed booking prices, call 918-426-1951. First free throw is good. I've never seen a whole gym go silent before like that in an opposing gym.
Yeah.
And it didn't, like, it's obviously not like a horrifying injury, but it's one that will make you catch your breath because of people that have been seeing what Rodney's been doing this last month, really all season long, but especially this last month.
I mean, putting up 40 in his last game will do that as a freshman.
Are you sure?
Maybe.
Rodney trying to go 2 of 2 from the line. Shot is on the way. Too strong with the shot. He'll stay on the floor. And he's putting more weight on that ankle, but again, he's still kind of hobbling back to guard up on defense. Right wing Quan Young driving into the lane. 2 is up and got the roll. Eagles bring it back within 1, 15-14. McAlester leading by 1. Pouncil trying to drive his way towards the baseline. Picks up his dribble. 8 feet from the basket into the near corner. Bickham jump stops. Mid-range. Traveled first. They'll give the ball back to Tulsa Edison with 61 seconds left in the first.
And Dooney will check in for Washington here.
It looks like Washington's going to be okay. He just needs some time to be able to, walk it off, really. And that's what Coach Dooney seems like he's telling Washington, hey, get checked out real quick. Let's see if you're all okay. Crawford dribbles angle left. Washington will, again, just continue to walk it off with the assistance of a trainer there from Edison as we have a blocking foul down the low post. That's on Dooney.
That's already 3.
That's 3 fouls on Alex Dooney in the first quarter.
And looks like Ryan Cornish is going to check in for him. And that'll be free throws for Edison. That's team foul number 5.
That's foul number 5. Again, 3rd on Dooney. Liggins' first free throw is good. Tie ball game, 15-15.
And we likely won't see Dooney until the second half.
That's McAlester without a starter for the rest of the first half. Again, McAlester has been able to force the Edison Eagles' Sheldon Thomason into foul trouble here in the first, but he only has 2. That's got to be the record for most bounces I've seen before a shot was made. As the Eagles make the second free throw, it's now 16-15. Smith with a dangerous pass. It'll be taken back by Pouncil. Pouncil into the low post. Caven Hill for two. Shot blocked off of the backboard. 2-pointers up by Pouncil. That one will fall. That was dangerously close to a goaltending, but Pouncil says, I'll take the 2 points anyway. And McAlester retakes the lead 17-16.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, what a weird series of events there. Here's sideline. Liggins with the ball. Liggins crosses over Pouncil into the lane. Lost the ball as he was going on his way up. And they're going to say last touch by a Buffalo. So on the floor for McAlester in the final 16 seconds of the first, and a 1-point black and gold lead is Bickham, Pouncil, Smith, Hill, and Cornish. Baseline. Crawford feeds into the corner. Open three-pointer on the way. Good. That one made by Maurice Jackson. 2-point Edison lead with 10 seconds left in the first. Smith takes across the timeline, attacks the paint, floater from inside the lane will go for TNT. We got a tie game. 2 seconds, 1 second, three-quarter court shot at the buzzer, won't be close, and that's the end of the first. We have another good game in store, 19-19 going into the second here on KNED.
McAlester Direct Primary Care offers 24/7 access to your provider, deeply discounted rates on labs and imaging, more time with your provider, same-day or next-day appointments, and even home visits for a flat monthly membership fee. We now offer hormone replacement therapy in addition to our other services. For more information, please stop by our office, McAlester Direct Primary Care at 6th and Carl Albert, or give us a call at 918-233-6522.
Stipe Law Firm, your first call when the unthinkable strikes for over 80 years. We focus on wrongful death, personal injury, truck and oil field accidents, insurance bad faith, probate, end-of-life preparation, and Social Security disability claims. We are here to advocate for you in all of your legal needs. We are a full-service law firm with over a century of experience representing Oklahomans across the state, professionally and discreetly. We win our cases in courtrooms, not on social media. Call today, 918-423-0421, or go online to stipelaw.com.
So for those of you that were holding your breath about Rodney Washington, he has checked back into the game, but keep an eye on that right ankle of his. Game is tied up 19-19 after a spectacular play by Brandon Smith to end the first quarter with a falling down runner from inside the paint about 8 feet away, and that has tied it up 19-19. Edison with the basketball as we begin quarter number 2. Pouncil, Cornish, Smith, Bickham, and Washington on the floor. Dooney probably out for the remainder of the first half. Smith nearly got a steal back over to Maurice. Maurice is fouled on the way up. And we'll have free throws coming up here early for the Edison Eagles. But again, Dooney had his third foul before the end of the first quarter, so he, like I mentioned, probably won't play until the third. You got to see who the foul's on here first. Looks like it's going to be on Smith. That should just be his first, though, right?
Yes.
Don't want to jinx Brandon, but he plays elite defense without fouling that often.
It's very impressive.
He hardly gets into foul trouble, and he leads the team in 3.3 steals per game. He nearly had one there before it just luckily bounced back over to Maurice Jackson, who is trying to score 2 here off the free throws. Eagles were a 54% free throw shooting team last Friday. First free throw is no good. Smith went to go block out Maurice. I think that when he was going to contest the 2, I don't know if he knew if the shot fell or not. I think that's what he was thinking.
Makes sense.
Either way, game still tied at 19 all. Jackson's second free throw is good. So the Eagles retake the lead 20-19. Cornish with the inbound back over to Bickham. Bickham back to Cornish near sideline, back to Bickham. Still in the backcourt trying to beat an Edison press. Smith across to Pouncil. Pouncil now finding Cornish left wing. Now to the left wing to Washington as McAlester successfully beats the press. Washington crosses over a man into the paint. Tough contested 2 will go. That shot from about 10 feet out there for Rodney Washington. McAlester retakes the lead 21-20.
He's got 8.
We've got some athletes on this team, man.
Just a few.
And they're all, most of them are underclassmen. Top of the key, off a screen. Maurice dribbles to the baseline short corner, now accelerates to the low post and over Rodney Washington for the 2. And now we're trading punches. Edison back up by 1, 22-21. Under 7 minutes left in the half. Washington gets the ball near the half-court line. Just on the edge of the circle. Accelerates, stops, lost the ball, gathers it back. Lobs it down low post. Smith attacking, spin move in the paint. Can he get the roll? No, a little strong. And now Smith falls into his back, and he's holding his forehead right now. Near corner, Maurice driving, low post, 2 is up and good. Smith just now got up off the floor after the Eagles score another shot from right by the basket, 24-21. That was their specialty. Now the eye is on Brandon Smith. Looks like he's going to be okay, but he might have gotten hacked in the face on his way towards the basket. That's why he'll take a seat.
It looked like there was a pretty good amount of contact on that drive.
Cade French will come in for Smith. I don't suspect that Smith will be on the bench for very long. Cornish back to the near sideline. Washington will try backpedaling on up and now passing to the top of the key to Pouncil. Pouncil lost the ball as he tried an entry dribble. Back to Washington. Washington back to Pouncil. Pouncil to the right wing to French. French right wing 3 is short. Easy rebound there for Maurice Jackson. Throwing it ahead to Crawford. Crawford tipped over. What a play to Nehemiah Liggins, who delivers a two-handed dunk. Jet Crawford contested, was able to tip it back. Left wing 3. Rodney Washington says right between the eyes. Paint it gold. Don't celebrate too long or else you're going to find me open. 26-24.
He's already got 11.
Fallon Cornish out beyond the perimeter.
That'll be Cornish's first, team second of the second quarter.
Rodney Washington, the silencer, after a fantastic play. Jet Crawford in transition while he was completely covered. Great transition defense. Tipped it to a wide open Nehemiah Liggins, who was racing back to deliver the two-handed slam. Who was that foul on, by the way?
That was on Cornish, his first.
That's right, that's right. Second team foul on McAlester. 2-point difference between McAlester and Edison. Edison with the lead. Donald, entry pass to Liggins. Liggins low post, right around a man, and scores. Liggins is such a great threat off the bench for the Edison Eagles. Now he's got 2 consecutive possessions with points. Washington double team near the circle. Bounce pass to Cornish. Cornish to the right wing. Bigham driving. Mid-range. I never thought he lost his foot there. They're going to call a travel here. His right foot never came up. I don't know if I agree with the travel call there on Bigham.
Edison right now shooting 11 of 16 from the field.
You get some and you don't get some. And that time I think McAlester just didn't get the benefit of the call that time. Top of the key, driving and bounce pass down. Low block, shot by Bigham. Right back at you. Cornish with the board. Tries to get ahead. Bigham saves the ball. Bigham double teamed. Low post, can't gather it back. He's fighting for it. Mid-range, dribbles towards the low post, and he's fouled. Tevion Bigham was fighting for his life throughout the length of the floor after a thunderous block, and now he'll have a chance to bring this game to a 2-point deficit.
That'll be the first team foul on Edison here in the second quarter.
Goodness gracious. This trip to the free throw line brought to you by Big V Feed Center. For your animals' needs plus winter feed booking prices, call 918-426-1951.
Fouls on Donald Jackson, his first, or second.
And I agree with not calling a foul there until the very end. It was just a fight for the ball for both those players.
Yeah.
Again, I know a lot of McAlester fans might not be happy with some of the contact that you saw, but you could have very easily still called the contact on Bigham at the same time.
Right.
Because, again, he was fighting for his life and the ball.
Looks like Caven Hill's going to check in after this free throw.
Bigham can't make the second free throw, so he will stay where he's at for now. He would have checked in for the shooter, Bigham. To the near corner, Crawford with the ball. Guarded well by Pouncil in a 3-point McAlester deficit. 4:45 left in the half. Crawford dribbles. Shovel pass, left wing. Again, newly inserted into the game, John Orr, as Cornish playing great defense, but the ball still finds its way to an Edison Eagle, and we have a foul here. No, he stepped on the baseline first. Thought Pouncil might have been with a little bit of a shove near the baseline. Quan Young stepped out of bounds, and it gives the ball back to the Buffaloes.
Caven Hill checking in for Bigham.
One thing I noticed, Brandon Smith is not on the bench right now. So
yeah, he is.
Oh, yeah, he is. He just has his, okay, he's got a towel covering him. I was trying to see where he was at first. They're trying to find, right now, Caven Hill down the low post as Davian Pouncil left the lob a little bit too high for the 6'4" freshman. McAlester playing with some height right now. You have 4 different players at 6'4" or taller on the floor right now. Right wing, Crawford passes the short corner near side. Liggins had the ball swatted. Washington thought off of Liggins, but it was going to be last touched by the right hand of Washington. Baseline, Crawford looks. Will find a man with the inbound or skips it inside. And a foul called here on Cornish. Cornish was the one that has kind of hit on the hip there.
That'll be Cornish's second.
Team foul number 3 here on McAlester. Cornish trying to stand his ground there in the low post. Again, he's the one guy that's not 6'4" taller on the floor right now. Here's an inbound to Liggins, low post. Liggins will score, and it's now a 30-25 lead as he split the defenders.
Tulsa Edison is shooting 12 of 16 from the field right now.
Edison leading McAlester. Washington lost control of the ball, stolen by Maurice Jackson. Jackson down the floor, tried throwing it ahead, and it was touched by Washington out of bounds. .353 left in the half, 30-25. Crawford will inbound baseline. Right at the glass, looking for someone to inbound it to as they now give it to him. Bounce pass low post, finding its intended target. Liggins, mid-range jumper on the way, got it. Liggins off the bench is a menace, man. He has been a thorn in McAllister's side here in the second quarter. 7-point McAllister deficit. Going up for 2 and scoring. Are you kidding me? Davian Pouncil. Like Bon Jovi living on a prayer with that shot, and he's able to try to complete the three-point play here. We have made some fantastic circus shots so far here in the first half.
It's been very impressive.
Smith made one, Washington made one, and now Pouncil joins that club.
French checking in for Washington here.
Just to bring it to a 4-point deficit. Pouncil takes a deep breath, bends the knees, shot is on the way, and no good. Hill fighting for the rebound, but it looked like he had a foot on the line. Quan Young got the board. Edison going the other way, far corner, open 3 from that corner, no good. Offensive rebound, Liggins takes it out to the near sideline. Liggins now restarts towards the paint, mid-range floater again, won't go. Hill's got the wide open rebound, ahead now to Pouncil. Pouncil, 2-on-4, will drive to the low post for 2, banks it in, Davian Pouncil.
He's feeling it, he's got 6.
Nice work, young fella, 3-point game. Into the corner, Crawford, southpaw 3, short. Pouncil's got the rebound. He's doing it all right now. Pouncil passes across to Cornish. Cornish in the backcourt still. Now back to Pouncil, who will take it with a walk across that court line. Crosses over his man. Stops. And they're going to call a carry on Davian Pouncil.
And Dooney's going to call a timeout here.
Coach Dooney calling the timeout with 2:59 left in the half. McAlester trailing by a tray. 32-29 is the score. You're listening to McAlester Buffalo basketball here on KNED.
Running into an old friend is nice. Running into a total stranger, well, not so good. Now, you don't need help from Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop for those greetings with friends, but if you have one of those unwanted encounters with a stranger, give Buck Wilson a call at 918-423-3161. They are expert craftsmen, specialists. They can straighten out your situation. Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop, 103 East Oklahoma, McAlester. Again, call 918-423-3161.
We have another great game here between the McAlester Buffaloes and the Edison Eagles. Is off of the timeout. We have a far corner 3 that was wide open. He was just left alone. McAlester caught napping out of the timeout. TJ Hooks hits another corner 3. The only threes that the Eagles have made have been from that corner, no matter who shot them. 35-29. It's like Wi-Fi. It's their hotspot. As now Cornish gives the ball up now to Maurice Jackson. The layup is up and good, and now it's a 37 rather than a 29 McAlester deficit. A quick 5 points out of the timeout just 30 seconds ago. Cade French into the game. Passes to Cornish in the backcourt. Cornish tries throwing it to Pouncil, and they throw the ball away. Out of bounds. 2:25 left in the half, 37-29. Brandon Smith checking in for Ryan Cornish. Wesley Phillips was about to come onto the bench. We had someone else check in too.
Oh, Bickham.
Yeah, Bickham came in as well. So Smith, Bickham, Phillips, Hill, and French on the floor. Left wing Quan Young trying to get past Hill. That's a travel. Left wing kind of held the ball up in the air and took a couple of steps, and that will give the ball back to the McAlester Buffaloes. But down by 8. Again, this is a pretty big-time matchup between the number 3 and the number 4 team in the 5A4 standings. Edison has a 2-game lead over McAlester if McAlester wants to jump to the 3 seed at all. Still a big chance that that doesn't happen, but the only way that it does if McAlester wins this game tonight. They can't get 3 if it doesn't. Smith inside the paint, gives it to Phillips. Phillips 2 is no good. Tipped by French, getting it out to Hill beyond the perimeter. And Hill is fouled. That'll be team foul number 3 here on the Eagles. As Pouncil getting ready to come back in for the Buffaloes. 2:02 left in the half. 37-29.
Bouncer checking in for Wesley Phillips.
French inbounds right near the half-court line to Brandon Smith. 2-minute warning here in the second quarter. McAlester down by 8, needing to cut into this deficit. Smith right wing, accelerates, floater up, banked it in twice, hit off the backboard, hit off the rim, backboard again, bottom of the net. 37-31, and here's a quick turnover on the Eagles.
And Brandon, it's not that McAlester hasn't been able to find offense. They are 62% from the field.
Are you kidding me?
Edison is also 62% from the field.
That's wild. Both teams shooting 60-plus from the field. Smith stopping inside the circle. Guarded up well by Maurice. Looks inside. Shovel pass, far sideline. Pouncil on the drive, stopping free throw line, pulls up for the jumper, banks it in! McAlester continues to be able to deliver here, but they're down by 4. Maurice stopping, right wing, eyed the rim, nothing was there. Passing out to Quan Young. Young stopping, lost the ball, gathers it back, right beyond the perimeter. To the left wing, Coach Flowers tells his team to slow down. Crawford now with it, guarded outside the perimeter by Hill. Dribbles left side. Hill lobs it out over to Hooks. Hooks dribbles right, passes inside, low post to Higgins. Higgins spin move into Hill, and there'll be a jump ball. Jump ball down in the low post. McAlester will take it because that means that they're getting the ball, but
I didn't see a McAlester player touch it. I'm going to be completely honest,
I don't think I did
folks.
either, but again, we mentioned it just about 2 minutes ago. Sometimes you win some, sometimes you don't. Smith lost the ball at the inbound anyway, and there's a foul called. This is going to be on the shot. This will be on the shot. It's going to be on Brandon Smith as well, so that'll be 2 free throws here for Maurice Jackson.
And if that is on Smith, it's his second.
Edison has pressed all game long, nearly every inbound.
I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
How many turnovers are we looking at for both teams as we are about to have the first free throw by Maurice? First one's in the air and swished.
So for
Rodney Washington comes in for Cade French.
McAlester dead even in turnovers as well, 12-12.
Really? Jackson's second free throw is no good. Bickham's got the rebound, splitting the trip to the line is Maurice Jackson. Washington and cross over to Pouncil. Pouncil to the low post to Hill. Hill's shot is blocked out of bounds. Big time block by Quan Young down in the low post. 48 seconds left in the half, and McAlester down by 5. Cade French getting ready to check in for McAlester. They will allow it.
And he will check in for Kevin Hill.
Now McAlester working with more of a guard-type lineup here. Bickham, and you could consider Davian Pouncil a forward as well. He's a kind of a slash. He can play guard or forward.
Yeah,
or post.
I'd say you have 3 guards on the floor right now. In
Smith, Washington, and French.
Yes.
Pouncil gets the inbound left wing. 45 seconds left in the half. Pouncil behind the back dribble. Nice move towards the paint. Stops, gets his man to go up in the air. And man, Davian Pouncil dug into his bag of tricks like a grandma looking for a peppermint. It's now a 3-point game, 38-35. That was beautiful. Half-court line, Crawford trying to get past French. French poked it loose, taken back. There should be a back. No, they're not calling the backcourt. Crawford driving, kicking, far corner. Baseline dribble towards the low post. 2 is up and made. Nice move by Kevin Pascar. I don't think he really played against McAlester last time out. 10 seconds left in the half. McAlester down by 5. Smith, 5 seconds, right wing. 4 seconds. To Pouncil, 3 seconds. Pouncil attacks, stops left elbow, contested 2, won't bank in, and that'll be the end of the half. Well, we have another high-scoring first half. The McAlester Buffaloes, though on the wrong side of it, down by 5, 40-35, as we're about to begin quarter number 3. We'll head to the locker room and look at your halftime stats here in just a moment. You're listening to McAlester Buffalo Basketball here on KNED.
Now we celebrate.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula. From now until the end of January, we are celebrating 10 years of serving and being a part of your community. We'll be running some of our biggest sales and service specials ever, so if you need a vehicle for the family, a truck for your business, or some economical transportation, we have it for you. So come make it happen at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula at our 10-year anniversary.
So, checking accounts. There seems like a ton to choose from, right? I was looking for one that didn't charge monthly fees with bounce protection and had mobile banking. I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. The bonus is that they're local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in checking options. The Bank NA. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Vinton Nissan has a sweetheart of a deal on the new 2025 Nissan Murano.
A sweetheart of a deal? What does that even mean?
It means amazing savings and unbeatable offers. And guess what? They also have a sweet deal on the 2025 Nissan Armada.
Spacious, stylish, and a great deal? Everyone needs to check this out.
They should, but hurry, the sweetheart deals won't last long. And don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya.
Vinton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Shop us online now at vintonnissan.com.
Don't let heating and cooling issues break your heart this February. At Freeze and Flare Heat and Air, we know there's nothing worse than dealing with an uncomfortable home. Whether you're trying to stay warm on a chilly night or beat the heat on an unseasonably warm afternoon, our expert team is here to make sure your system is running perfectly. Show your HVAC system some love this month, and let us ensure you stay cozy, comfortable, and carefree all season long. We are licensed, bonded, and insured. Mechanical license number 0014445.
The largest used car sales event of 2025 is here. Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester makes it easier than ever to trade up and upgrade. Hundreds of used cars, trucks, and SUVs marked down to sell. No reasonable offer refused. Bring us your tax return and Patriot will double it toward your purchase or down payment. Vehicles $99 down and $199 per month. Interest rates as low as 1.9% APR. Get to Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester.
Welcome back to Tulsa, Oklahoma, here at the Edison Pack, where the McAlester Buffaloes are trailing the Edison Eagles of a score of 40-35 at halftime. It's been another high-flying game. It reminds me a lot of what we saw Tuesday night against Will Rogers, and I think that we might even have more combined points in the first half than we had back on Tuesday. So again, a combined 75 points, and we just made it to the break. Both teams shooting plus 50% from the field. Let's dive deeper into those stats. Brought to you by First Realty with your halftime stats. 602 South 2nd Street, McAlester. Call 918-423-3122 or visit first-realty.net.
For more than 50 years, First Realty has helped the residents of McAlester and the surrounding area with their real estate needs. Whether residential or commercial, First Realty will guide you through the process of buying or selling your home or business. You can view our property inventory online at first-realty.net. We update our listings daily. And don't forget, if you're into pickleball, the Pickle Palace is open. If you have questions, give us a call at 918-423-3122.
All right, Nate, look at our halftime stats here for me.
All right, Rodney Washington was your leading scorer in the first half. He had 11 on 4 of 7 shooting from the field, 2 of 2 from three-point range. He also had a steal in the first half. Davian Pouncil had 10 on 5 of 6 shooting from the field. He had 2 rebounds and a steal. Then Devion Bickham had 6 points on 2 of 2 shooting from the field. He had a rebound, a steal, and a block. Brendan Smith had 6 points on 3 of 4 shooting in the first half. He also had a rebound as well. Wesley Phillips, he had 2 points in the first half, one with 2 rebounds and a steal. Then Caven Hill had 2 rebounds in the first half, 1 offensive, 1 defensive. Ryan Cornish had a defensive rebound, and that will do it for your individual stats. We'll move on to team stats. Both teams shooting very well from the field. McAlester 15 of 24, good for 62%. Edison just a touch better.
Imagine shooting 62% from the field and losing by more than 1 possession.
Right. Edison is shooting 16 of 25 for 64%.
That's insane. That cannot be sustainable.
No, neither of these are sustainable. McAlester 2 of 3 from three-point range. Tulsa Edison 3 of 8. So McAlester is technically winning the battle there, even though Edison's made more. McAlester just 50% from the free throw line right now, 3 of 6. Edison 5 of 7. Then Tulsa Edison is winning the rebounding battle by 1. Edison does have 9 offensive rebounds, though, in the first half. And then turnovers are, again, dead even, 12 all. And Edison has 2 blocks, McAlester 1 in the first half.
All right, so when you're looking at the first half and trying to see what McAlester can do differently to get a lead, sustain that lead, and come away with what would be, in my opinion, their biggest district win of the season to date, what can they do in the second half?
I mean, really, it's going to come down to getting stops at this point. I mean, force Edison into some tougher shots, and if they just keep making those tough shots, you just got to tip your cap. But we've seen a couple open shots that Edison didn't really get last time around. If you're able to close out on them a little bit better and put more pressure on the Edison offense, you can come back in this game. This is not nearly out of the woods for McAlester.
You need to keep Thomason off the floor. I know that Thomason really didn't play. I don't think he played at all in the second quarter. But again,
I don't remember him playing.
He's the one that tore up McAlester last week. He got an early 2 fouls, and he didn't play a majority of the first half. So if McAlester wants to get their chances at the highest chance that they have to win this game, Thompson needs to stay in foul trouble. But right now, I believe he only has 2 going into the third quarter. So attack him if you can. But also, when you attack him, he's going to make you pay. He's a very good athlete that will light you up on offense and defense. So it'll be interesting to see how Coach Dooney approaches the second half. Yeah. Really, is what I think. Because he's still talking with his team. They have yet to come out of the locker room. Edison has. And that is where we're at right now. The McAlester Buffaloes down 40-35 as we have 3 minutes until the beginning of the second half. Again, those are your halftime stats brought to you by First Realty, 602 South 2nd Street, McAlester. Call 918-423-3122 or visit first-realty.net. That was Nate Brown with your stats and your color commentary. This is Brandon Green, your voice of the Buffaloes. We'll be back in 2.5 minutes. 2.5 minutes until the second half here on KNED.
McAlester Direct Primary Care offers 24/7 access to your provider, deeply discounted rates on labs and imaging, more time with your provider, same-day or next-day appointments, and even home visits for a flat monthly membership fee. We now offer hormone replacement therapy in addition to our other services. For more information, please stop by our office, McAlester Direct Primary Care at 6th and Carl Albert, or give us a call at 918-233-6522.
Stipe Law Firm, your first call when the unthinkable strikes for over 80 years. We focus on wrongful death, personal injury, truck and oil field accidents, insurance bad faith, probate, end-of-life preparation, and Social Security disability claims. We are here to advocate for you in all of your legal needs. We are a full-service law firm with over a century of experience representing Oklahomans across the state, professionally and discreetly. We win our cases in courtrooms, not on social media. Call today, 918-423-0421, or go online to Stipe Law.
Running into an old friend is nice. Running into a total stranger, well, not so good. Now, you don't need help from Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop for those greetings with friends, but if you have one of those unwanted encounters with a stranger, give Buck Wilson a call at 918-423-3161. They are expert craftsmen, specialists. They can straighten out your situation. Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop, 103 East Oklahoma, McAlester. Again, call 918-423-3161.
Now we celebrate.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula. From now until the end of January, we are celebrating 10 years of serving and being a part of your community. We'll be running some of our biggest sales and service specials ever, so if you need a vehicle for the family, a truck for your business, or some economical transportation, we have it for you. So come make it happen at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula at our 10-year anniversary sale.
So, checking accounts. There seems like a ton to choose from, right? I was looking for one that didn't charge monthly fees, with bounce protection, and had mobile banking. I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. The bonus is that they're local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in checking options. The Bank NA. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back to Tulsa, Oklahoma. You're joining us 12 seconds into the third quarter as the McAlester Buffaloes' Brandon Smith gets a steal and forces an Edison turnover out of bounds. And it'll be McAlester basketball trailing 40-35 as we are back underway. This is Brandon Green alongside Nate Brown bringing you McAlester boys basketball. Second to last regular season road game as here's a floater from inside the paint missed by Bickham, rebounded by the Eagles. Crawford stops on a dime in the front court, passing to Donald into the corner that was to Maurice, now to Donald. Donald Jackson, right wing. Again, 2 Jacksons on the floor right now. Far corner, Young looking around. Cross-court pass, finding Crawford near quarter on a hop to the left wing. Donald, bounce pass to Maurice, right wing. Stops, free throw line jumper in the air, no good. Rebounded by Smith right near the baseline. Throws it to Bickham. Bickham right back to Smith. 55 seconds into the third quarter. McAlester trailing by 5. Pouncil dribbles around the arc. Top of the key, Washington eyed the rim, backpedals it on up to the circle. Passes inside, back outside, near corner 3 by Smith, off the front iron. Good box out and rebound by Quan Young. Young looking around will find Donald, who will take it down the floor.
And that was just Brandon Smith's first 3-point attempt of the game.
Back out, Crawford right wing, Crawford lob pass far corner. Donald jab set towards the baseline, still pass right wing. Long 3 by Crawford, grazes the front iron, rebounded by Bickham. Bickham to Washington, ahead to Smith, near sideline, drives in, jump stop, right around Thompson, can't score. Thompson's wide wingspan was able to create the tough shot there for Smith. Crawford left wing, passes to Young, top of the key, now swinging it over the right side to Maurice, bounce passes back to Donald. Dribbles on top of that Philadelphia Eagles logo that's also for the Tulsa Edison Eagles. I mean, it's the same one if you're listening on radio here. Driving in, Donald goes up, leaves it over for Thompson, and that's the easiest 2 Thompson will have. Found that wide open left side lane, 42-35. Our first points in the third quarter, coming 2 minutes in, as here's a near turnover on McAlester, as it looked like Donald was close to a steal, but he had his left hip on the line as he was trying to save it to an Edison Eagle. Smith gets the inbound over to Dooney inside the circle. Again, McAlester now on the right side of the half-court line when Edison has it there on the left as we've switched sides. Left wing 3 by Washington. Back iron. Long bounce. Finding its way now to Donald Jackson. 5:37 left in the third. Donald driving, stopping high post back outside to Crawford. Crawford lobs it right wing. Bounce pass to the baseline area. Short corner, far side. Now back to Crawford right wing. Gets past Smith. Inside the high post. Traveled, yeah. For a little while, it looked like that was going to go untreated, but that is a turnover, and that will give McAlester the ball back. Buffaloes have been scoreless so far in the first 3 minutes of the third quarter. Both teams are shooting plus 60% in the first half. That's kind of died down a little bit now.
McAlester shooting 54%. Edison still shooting 61%.
Goodness gracious. Smith right wing, McAlester again looking for their first points of the third. Bounce pass in the circle to Washington. Rodzilla passes left to Dooney. Dooney seeing what he has with him right now. Will now try driving into the paint. Gets his man to stop. Up for 2. Won't go. Thomason with the rebound.
This is not the time to go cold, Brandon.
Maurice passes to Donald, edge of the circle. Both teams have considerably slowed down their offense, too. P.J. Hooks, who hit a couple of threes. He gets to the right wing. To Liggins, far corner. Maurice block shot on the 3. Smith tries saving it. Does so in the corner with the rebound. Washington now ahead. What a block shot in the corner there by Rodney Washington, who's averaging 1.4 blocks a game. Washington applied pressure on by Donald Jackson to the high post. Dooney trying to drive again, and he's fouled first at the high post area.
That's just the first foul on either team here in the third quarter.
We've only had 2 points in the last 4.5 minutes of play after we had 75 points in the first half. Inbound low post back outside, far corner. Smith 3, short. He fell to the hardwood, couldn't get his rebound back. Maurice Jackson with the rebound. Donald Jackson now going wildly towards the rim, and he's fouled on his way there.
Foul's going to be on Pouncil second.
Team first. Free throws coming up here for Donald Jackson.
And that previous foul was on Donald Jackson. That was his third.
Again, the Buffalo shot has gone ice cold right now. No one down low to rebound as of right now for Donald Jackson. He gets 2 free throw attempts here. First one in the air is good.
Edison 6 of 8 from the free throw line today.
Edison is not a team that you can go cold against.
No, at any point, really.
They're too fast, really, is what it is. Second shot is missed. They may not be a great shooting team, but they're so fast and they get themselves into such good positions that they find themselves open for easy shots. That's what they did against McAlester inside the paint the other day. Left wing three on the way by Washington, short. Rebounded offensively by Pouncil, had it stolen loose by Donald Jackson down the floor. Passing ahead to Liggins. Liggins with the right-handed dunk. And it's a 45-35, McAlester down by 10. Game-high lead here for the Eagles. McAlester has to stop the bleeding. Right wing high post. Dooney inside the paint, gets his man to jump up. Liggins made contact with him, and Liggins came back down to earth and made contact with Dooney.
Be the second team foul on Edison.
Should be on the shot, so Alex Dooney should be getting free throws here. This trip to the free throw line brought to you by Big V Feed Center. For your animals' needs plus winter feed booking prices, call 918-426-1951. Again, 4 minutes and 15 seconds have gone by in the third quarter, and McAlester still without a point as Dooney misses the first free throw. Dooney on the season is a 59% free throw shooter. McAlester as a team at a 67% clip. Second free throw missed as well. Foul was on Liggins, as Nate mentioned, his first. Team second. Driving in, low post, two is up and good. And things are going from bad to worse here for the Buffaloes. Maurice Jackson makes the two. It's a 7-0 run to begin the third quarter. Washington thought about the three. To the top of the key, Pouncil, double team, back high post, tipped loose, stolen by Donald Jackson. Donald, then off the backboard, trying to give it back to Liggins. They were getting fancy there with it. They had the number, so TJ Hook was able to get a loose ball and put it back in to make it a 14-point game. I know that we're still having 3 minutes and 10 seconds left in the third, but this feels like a must-score possession with how things have been going. Jab step, right wing, taking the contested right wing three, and being fouled here is Rodney Washington by Hooks.
Any way you can do it, right?
Really, any way you can break out of this slump. McAlester has not made a shot from the field in the third quarter. They haven't scored a point yet.
Right.
Washington trying to end that streak here. Washington takes a deep breath. First free throw is in the air and made. So we're on the board here in the third. They're still being outscored 9-1 though.
Washington 2 of 3 from the free throw line today.
And he gets 2 more attempts here as he was fouled on a 3-point shot. Washington's second is good. And this to bring it to an 11-point game. He wanted to give some high five.
There we go.
Did he just give himself a self five?
At first, yes.
He was looking for Bickham and Smith.
Yeah.
Third free throw, no good. Going 2 of 3 from the line, Rodney Washington. And McAlester down by 12. But they're on the board in the third, and sometimes you just need to see points go up there. See if that changes anything for McAlester in the final few minutes here. As here's a missed shot by Liggins, rebounded by Pouncil. Ahead to Smith. Smith down the floor. Stops at the top of the keys, left alone, straightaway three. Paint it goal, just what the doctor ordered. TNT, boom goes the dynamite. McAlester back within 9. Like I said, also, you just need to see a shot fall, and Brandon Smith made that first one fall. First made shot from the field of the third quarter.
Let's see if it's contagious here.
Pass far corner. Liggins back to Jackson, right wing. Donald dribbling around the front court. Again, slowing things down drastically from the first half of what we saw. Liggins right wing, guarded by Washington. Liggins will dribble along the arc, hands off to Hooks. Hooks back pedals. 2:08 left in the third. Right wing, Donald. Guarded well by Pouncil. Pouncil applies pressure into the front court now. Donald tries to get away from Pouncil. Pouncil right on him. Now driving and a timeout call by Coach Flowers with 1:58 left in the third. McAlester has brought it back to a 9-point game, 49-40 our score. We'll be back in just a moment here on KNED.
Benton Nissan has a sweetheart of a deal on the new 2025 Nissan Murano.
A sweetheart of a deal? What does that even mean?
It means amazing savings and unbeatable offers. And guess what? They also have a sweet deal on the 2025 Nissan Armada.
Spacious, stylish, and a great deal? Everyone needs to check this out.
They should, but hurry, the sweetheart deals won't last long. And don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya.
Fenton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Shop us online now at fentonnissan.com.
1:58 left in the third. It was a poor start to the third quarter for the Buffaloes. They didn't make a shot from the field until the 2:30 mark on a straightaway three by Brandon Smith, but they still just trail by 9, well within striking distance here for the Buffaloes. 49-40, 1:58 remaining in the third. Edison basketball out of a Flowers timeout. It looks like Edison has 3 left and McAlester with 4. Hooks with the ball on the handoff. On the left side of the half-court line, they'll bounce pass it to the right wing. Now a bounce into the baseline, and there'll be an offensive foul called here on Liggins down in the low post.
And that'll be the 4th team foul on Edison here in the third quarter.
One more should send McAlester to the line. Dooney down the floor, quick pass to Washington, sets up with the right wing three, going to be an air ball. Phillips gets the rebound, quickly throws it to Smith in the corner. Lobbing now to Pouncil, high post, jumping, back up to baseline. Now trying to throw it to the top of the key to Dooney. It's intercepted by Hooks. Hooks going one-on-one. Dooney applies great defensive pressure, but TJ Hooks defying gravity to be able to score there as he switched to the right. Smith steps into a left wing three. Short. Liggins has the rebound. 11-point Edison lead now with 1:15 left in the third. Donald Jackson hurried up to the three-point line and then backpedals on up. Slowing things down, Jackson will now pass to Hooks. Hooks off a screen, right wing he goes. Now inside the perimeter, back outside to Maurice. They've been living around the front court, and then they try to find something open there, and then they attack it. It's really been their offense here in the third quarter, and it's worked pretty well. They've outscored McAlester 11-5 in the third quarter. Driving in Liggins, stopped by Pouncil, picks up his dribble, looking outside. Can't find anyone, needs some help. Finds Thompson. Ball came loose from Thompson. He grabs it back in the corner. Nearly a backcourt violation. That's what Dooney was arguing for. Going to the low post, 2 is up and missed. Rebounded by Phillips after the miss from Liggins. 25 seconds left in the third. Ahead to Dooney. Dooney into the corner. Brandon Smith, open three. Off the back iron. Pouncil offensive board, puts it in for 2. McAlester back to a single-digit deficit, 51-42. And we have a floor malfunction as, again, a lot of people may not know this, even when you have a hardwood floor in play, there is still a little piece there for power. And the cover came off.
What that is, that's for volleyball games.
Oh, you're correct. Yeah, that's for the setting for the netting. Yeah, you're right. Good call, Nate. I thought it's the same as what you'd see on the power
court. It looks
cord.
similar, yes.
You're right. Man, I just had a brain fart moment. 7 seconds left in the third. Liggins, right wing. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Liggins pulls up. Free throw line jumper, too strong. Pouncil gets the rebound, and that'll be the end of the third. So McAlester trails by 9 as we head to the fourth quarter. Still well within striking distance, but needing some work to be done. Put those fours up in the air, Buffalo fans. McAlester trailing 51-42 as we head to the fourth on KNED.
Don't let heating and cooling issues break your heart this February. At Freeze and Flare Heat and Air, we know there's nothing worse than dealing with an uncomfortable home. Whether you're trying to stay warm on a chilly night or beat the heat on an unseasonably warm afternoon, our expert team is here to make sure your system is running perfectly. Show your HVAC system some love this month, and let us ensure you stay cozy, comfortable, and carefree all season long. We are licensed, bonded, and insured. Mechanical license number 0014445.
The largest used car sales event of 2025 is here. Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester makes it easier than ever to trade up and upgrade. Hundreds of used cars, trucks, and SUVs marked down to sell. No reasonable offer refused. Bring us your tax return and Patriot will double it toward your purchase or down payment. Vehicles $99 down and $199 per month. Interest rates as low as 1.9% APR. Get to Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester.
Big fourth quarter here for the McAlester Buffaloes, down by 2 games in the standings to the Edison Eagles for the third place spot in the district, but they're only up on the 7th seed by 1 despite being 4th. It is going to be really tight here in the last few games of the regular season. McAlester trying to put themselves in the best position to have a pretty good regional tournament. Right wing three by Pouncil, right out of the break, painting it gold, and Davian Pouncil with his right hand striking from downtown makes it a 6-point deficit, 51-45, just 35 seconds into the fourth quarter. Smith applying pressure. Donald Jackson dribbles out of it. Into the corner. Hooks for three. Can't answer back. Long rebound taken back by Donald. Donald driving. Bounce passes late. Up for Liggins. He makes the two right around Devion Bickham. And it's a 53-45 game. 8-point Edison lead. Dooney dribbles into the perimeter. Drives. Low post. Stops. Tries to get it to go. Blocked shot by Liggins. Liggins throwing it ahead. In transition for two. Quan Young can't make the shot. Offensive rebound. That shot is missed. And a foul coming in here late. Who's the foul on? Oh, that's incredibly late.
It's going to be was it?
They're calling it on Bickham. They're going to say that a shot that went too far, that was too strong, was a foul on Bickham. We had a ball get rebounded and it was in the process of going back up before that whistle was blown. That one's rough. Maurice will go to the line for 2 attempts here.
That's the second on Bickham.
First free throw is nothing but net. Maurice Jackson at the charity stripe.
Edison 7 of 10 from the free throw line.
Much better than they were, like I said, back at the MAC where they were just 54% from the line. That was 13 of 24. Second free throw is short, rebounded by Bickham. Bickham almost lost it, went straight back to Smith. You can breathe a sigh of relief right now. So far it's even though in the scoring in the fourth quarter. McAlester down by 9, right wing into the corner. Smith, corner three in the air. Got it! Painted cold! And they're calling a flopping foul or a flopping call on Brandon Smith here. There's also a timeout called. Three-pointer will still count. 54-48. McAlester is now leading by 6, but a flopping foul called on Brandon Smith. That's not going to be anything but just, I believe, a warning here for your first one. 6:41 left in the game. McAlester is trailing 54-48, trying to come back here on KND.
McAlester Direct Primary Care offers 24/7 access to your provider, deeply discounted rates on labs and imaging, more time with your provider, same day or next day appointments, and even home visits for a flat monthly membership fee. We now offer hormone replacement therapy in addition to our other services. For more information, please stop by our office, McAlester Direct Primary Care at 6th and Carl Albert, or give us a call at 918-233-6522.
So a Brandon Smith 3 has brought this to a 6-point game. 6:41 remaining in it. There's the inbound to Donald Jackson, and we're back underway here in this top 5A4 matchup here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Top of the key, driving in. Maurice Jackson dribbles along the perimeter, settles along in the far corner, passes out to Hooks. Hooks on the drive. Hooks for two. Will fall. And timeout. No, a flopping. Now they're going to call another flopping. Why do that so late? Hitting the deck was Dooney. We were getting ready to inbound it, and they call another flopping call here on McAlester. They called one on Brandon Smith just a moment ago into the timeout. And I'm telling you, the play was well over. Dooney was getting ready to inbound, and now that's our second flopping call.
And Brandon, he took contact.
That leads to free throws here for TJ Hooks. When you let that much time go off the clock, you can't.
You have to make the call right away.
First shot is made. As that leads to 2 immediate free throws here. I don't know, man. Hooks' second free throw rattles home, and it's now a 10-point game. That's a 4-point play. That's the kind of call that changes games when you really didn't need to call it. I'm just saying.
And Edison gets the ball.
And they get the ball because it's essentially a technical foul.
Yeah.
That's the kind of call that completely changes games.
Yeah, because if Edison scores here, that's a 6-point swing.
That's unbelievable. Jackson hands it off over to Hooks. I don't think you call that kind of call in this kind of game. That's my opinion. Hooks straight away. 6:08 left. Coach Dooney got an explanation in front of the scores table. Driving in. Jackson kicks baseline. Hooks for the long two. Got it. And that is a 6-point swing. Washington takes it across the half-court line. Now McAlester from being down by 6 to a 12-point game. Donald Jackson with the steal. Throwing it ahead to Maurice. Throws at his feet. Gathers it back anyway. Stops low post. Spins around. Goes up for 2 and scores. 62-48. Timeout called by Coach Dooney with 5:39 left in the game. 62-48 is our score. McAlester will take a timeout. We'll take it with them here on KNED.
Stipe Law Firm, your first call when the unthinkable strikes for over 80 years. We focus on wrongful death, personal injury, truck and oil field accidents, insurance bad faith, probate, end-of-life preparation, and Social Security disability claims. We are here to advocate for you in all of your legal needs. We are a full-service law firm with over a century of experience representing Oklahomans across the state, professionally and discreetly. We win our cases in courtrooms, not on social media. Call today, 918-423-0421, or go online to stipelaw.com.
Running into an old friend is nice. Running into a total stranger, well, not so good. Now, you don't need help from Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop for those greetings with friends, but if you have one of those unwanted encounters with a stranger, give Buck Wilson a call at 918-423-3161. They are expert craftsmen, specialists. They can straighten out your situation. Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop, 103 East Oklahoma, McAlester. Again, call 918-423-3161.
.539 remaining in the game, 62-48. The McAlester Buffaloes have some work to do here as they're behind the 8-ball, down by 14. Brandon Smith, Rodney Washington, Alex Dooney, Davian Pouncil, and Devion Bickham on the floor for the McAlester Buffaloes as they have faced a rejuvenated Tulsa Edison Eagles offense after a flopping foul led to a 6-point swing here for the Edison Eagles. It was the second consecutive one because, again, they called one on Brandon Smith, and now we have a discussion at the scores table, but they called one on Brandon Smith. I don't know if you caught it as we were going to commercial break a couple of breaks ago. And then it led to another flopping call on Alex Dooney, and they're trying to get the foul total set over here.
So if I'm correct, and that is a actual foul on Dooney, that's his fourth.
They put it on the scoreboard. Inbound to Dooney, gives it now to Smith. Smith straight away, pulls up for the straightaway three, off kilter. Washington has the rebound and was hit. No whistle here. Now we have a kick ball by the Eagles. They'll stay with McAlester here. 14-point deficit. Now McAlester doesn't, that's a pretty good shot there by Smith. He's been making them here recently, but again, I'm not saying that wasn't, but you don't want to go take some crazy threes here. You're still within this game. If you start to get wild with it, you could get yourself out of it.
Yeah.
14 points is still a deficit McAlester can come back from. They've done it before. They come back from a 20-point deficit before. This season with 4 minutes left. Here in Tulsa, driving in Pouncil to the low post. Goes up for two. Can't get it to go, but he'll go to the line. This trip to the free throw line brought to you by Big V Feed Center. For your animals' needs plus winter feed booking prices, call 918-426-1951.
And that's just the first foul on Edison here in the fourth quarter.
First free throw by Pouncil. You got to make your free throw shots, though. Pouncil, a really good free throw shooter on the season at 74%. That's good for second on the team percentage-wise.
So far today, he's 0 for 2.
His second attempt is good. So splits the trip at the line. McAlester down by 13. Again, they brought a 16-point deficit quickly down to a 6 within about 3 minutes of game time. They can do it again. They're applying pressure here immediately on Hooks. Hooks throws it to the baseline. Throws it inside, stolen by Smith. Smith weaving through traffic, head to Pouncil. Pouncil with the layup, and he'll score. The pressure for McAlester leads to scoring, and McAlester now down by 11, 62-51.
Pouncil's got 18.
4:58 left. Jackson's able to get it near the half-court line to Maurice, into the corner. McAllister's bench gets loud. Bigham with the near steal, into the corner. Hooks between the legs, 4:48 left in the game. He takes it out to the front court. Pass it down low. Liggins left alone, two-handed dunk. His third dunk of the ball game. And it's now 64-51, back to a 13-point McAlester deficit. Rodney Washington, left wing, pulls up for the left wing three. Airballed. Was it touched by?
Nope.
And they're going to say it was not blocked. Last touch by the shooter, Washington. He said that he was hit on the hand. He was slapping his hand. I could hear the contact he was making with his own hand from here. 4 minutes, 30 seconds left in the game. McAlester down by 13. It's right around that moment where it is do or die time. Donald Jackson passes to Hooks. Hooks inside it for Thompson. Thompson saves it from going out of bounds. Stops near corner, throws it across to the opposite side of the lane. Hooks takes it back outside beyond the perimeter. Hooks lobs it, nearly stolen by Bigham again. Donald driving, kicking back out. You're playing keep away right now. Time is Edison's friend. Donald Jackson, left wing, accelerates towards the basket. Gives it up late for Thompson. That's a great look, and it'll lead to 2 points. 15-point Edison lead, 66-51. They're getting close to their season high. Their season high is 73 points. And Edison had that against 3A number 7 Lincoln Christian. Right wing, Smith on the drive, into the paint. Floater up, missed it. Rebounded by Liggins, ahead to Thomason. Thomason in the clear, right-handed dunk. And things have started to slip away from McAlester here in the final 4 minutes of the game. McAlester in danger here of dropping spots in the 5A4 standings. Smith driving, gathers it back, low post, muscles his way towards the basket and scores. Quickly gives it back over to the Eagles so they can inbound it, so they can get the ball back, hopefully. 15-point McAlester deficit, 68-53. Donald Jackson splits the defenders, picks his dribble up to the low post, now back outside through the hands of Maurice Jackson and out of bounds. So go back to the Buffaloes with 3:11 left in the game.
French and Hill checking in for
Bickham and Smith. 3:11 left in the game. Dooney gets the inbound from French, 3:08 left. Dooney on the edge of the circle. Looking right, trying to find Pouncil. Tries to give it to Pouncil, and it's going to be a backcourt violation as Pouncil couldn't keep his feet from crossing the half-court line.
Things are just going from bad to worse here.
2:58 left. Hooks will inbound near sideline. We do have a stoppage here before we have the inbound. Trying to see what the discussion is for, though.
I think the VAR official was coming over to say it needed to be on the other side of the half-court line. But no,
don't
play on.
Jackson gets the inbound, guarded well by French. In that backcourt, Jackson will take it across the half-court line, far sideline. 2:50 left, McAlester down by 15. Jackson weaving through traffic, dribbles it back out beyond the perimeter. This is where Edison can really excel at, is just burning time just because of how athletic they are, 1-5. Donald Jackson passes in for Thompson, and this game's just about over. That two made off the right block makes it a 17-point game. Really, since that flopping call that led to 2 free throws, this game has been all in favor of the Edison Eagles just because the momentum swing that you had at the time. Pass side post inside to Pouncil. Pouncil shot is blocked by Thomason with the right hand. Thomason comes down awkwardly, but looks like he's going to be okay.
It's the 4th block by Edison today. And that's just the 2nd missed shot by Pouncil so far.
The
He's
road,
8 of 10.
The road doesn't get immediately easier for McAlester either. They take on the top team in the 5A4 standings, Tulsa Memorial, on Tuesday at the MAC. As an inbound goes to Washington, it's stripped loose, stolen by Liggins. Right wing to David Jackson as he'll backpedal it on up near the half-court line. Cornish getting ready to come in for McAlester. And there will be a foul called on Pouncil on David Jackson before he could begin his drive.
That'll be the 3rd team foul on McAlester, 3rd personal on Pouncil. Cornish checking in for Dooney.
It's been a rough stretch of games for McAlester. It's either they've been games that they haven't played their best in, games they haven't got the benefit of sometimes, as Liggins goes up for 2 and misses the shot. Hill's got the rebound down by the baseline, and he gave it right back to Liggins. Liggins standing, two-handed dunk, 19-point deficit for McAlester. But since their 59-50 win over Ada, they lost 70-56 against Edison, where they really didn't play all their best, as Washington is fouled beyond the perimeter by David Jackson. Then they played about the best game of the season against Will Rogers. Just the problem was Will Rogers played their best game of the season too. Led to an 80-77 loss in overtime, and then they're about to lose to Tulsa Edison here tonight, down by 19 with 1:46 left in the game. The thing that you can hope for here is you're looking at this as glass half full. If McAlester does drop in the standings, there's a chance that they can lose this game and still not drop in the standings, depending on what happens with Tahlequah and Coweta, as we have another foul here on TJ Hooks. Tahlequah is tied up in the standings with McAlester at 4 and 6, but they're negative 25 in the 5A4 plus minus. Coweta is just 1 game back of McAlester. Durant is just 1 game back of McAlester, and they're the 7th seed. Really where you want to be at is anywhere if you can't host in the 1 and 2 spot, as Pouncil drives towards the basket and travels first. They'll give the ball back over to the Eagles. Where you want to be at if you're not going to be in the 1 or 2 spot, anywhere between 2 and 6. Obviously, the 3 spot's the best. But anywhere between 2 and 6, you don't have to face the other district's host team.
Right. And Wesley Phillips checking in for, looks like we have timeout.
And we will take that to give our sponsor some love here. 1:29 left in the contest. McAlester trailing by 19. You're listening to McAlester Buffalo Basketball on KNED.
Now we celebrate.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula. From now until the end of January, we are celebrating 10 years of serving and being a part of your community. We'll be running some of our biggest sales and service specials ever, so if you need a vehicle for the family, a truck for your business, or some economical transportation, we have it for you. So come make it happen at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula at our 10-year anniversary sale.
Rough night for the McAlester Buffaloes. They're going to drop in the standings here. Well, I don't know if they're going to drop in the standings, but they're going to lose their third game in a row here. And they're going to drop to 10-10 on the season. As here's a block shot by Caven Hill. Luckily for him, he just went straight up with the arms here. As now we have on the floor, looked like Desmond Hall's back in for McAlester. With Wesley Phillips, Cade French. Also we have Caven Hill and Ryan Cornish. A minute left, McAlester trailing by 19 as we have a block shot against by Phillips here, and standing out of bounds after a rebound was number 2, Josiah King, so there'll be a turnover here on the Eagles with 59 seconds left. But Tahlequah already beat Pryor tonight. Tahlequah beat Pryor 58-34, so if McAlester will lose this game. Memorial has beaten Durant handily here, or they beat Durant 52-29. Hall driving in, the floater's no good, and there'll be a... That's a very late whistle, but it'll lead to free throws here for McAlester. And Desmond Hall to the free throw line. But Durant's going to stay one game behind McAlester. We'll get an update on Coweta if they play today.
Grant, I believe that's Case Patton.
I think that's Case Patton. Excuse me. First shot is made by Patton. 2 different players have worn number 11 this season, Case Patton and Desmond Hall. I believe you're right on that's being Case Patton. Second free throw is up, and that one is no good. Rebounded by the Eagles' Kevin Pescar. But McAlester will drop one spot in the 5-8-4 standings down to 5. And we'll get an update on Coweta in the postgame show. Durant will stay one game behind McAlester. Problem for McAlester when it comes to Durant, if you have yourself in a 2-way tie with Durant, Durant has the head-to-head over you with 2 wins.
Right.
Where you don't want to drop to a 7. And again, you have a hard game in store on Tuesday. Not saying McAlester can't win it because they played well enough, like you said, against Will Rogers, to where you can match up pretty well with Memorial if you can bring your A game. Dropping in, low post, losing the ball, straight outside to Gavin Rossikin with 25 seconds left. Bounce pass low post, jump stopping, wild 2 is airballed, rebounded by Wesley Phillips. 72-54 Patton down the floor, right wing driving, contested 2 up, missed shot. Rebounded by the Eagles with 11 seconds left. It's all over but the dribbling here. King will take it across the half-court line with 4 seconds. 3 seconds, 2, and there's your final. 72-54, the McAlester Buffaloes fall to the Tulsa Edison Eagles here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. They have dropped their last 3 in a row, and they have lost now their last 5 out of 6 as the Buffaloes drop to 10-10 on the season. And they await the top team in 5A4 Tulsa Memorial next Tuesday back at the MAC. We'll take a break and look at our postgame stats. When we return, you're listening to McAlester Buffalo Basketball here on KNED.
So, checking accounts. There seems like a ton to choose from, right? I was looking for one that didn't charge monthly fees, with bounce protection, and had mobile banking. I found the Bank NA. The Bank NA has been voted #1 for 10 years in a row in the McAlester News Capital's Reader's Choice Awards. The bonus is that they're local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go in to find what you need in checking options. The Bank NA. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Nissan has a sweetheart of a deal on the new 2025 Nissan Murano.
A sweetheart of a deal? What does that even mean?
It means amazing savings and unbeatable offers. And guess what? They also have a sweet deal on the 2025 Nissan Armada.
Spacious, stylish, and a great deal? Everyone needs to check this out.
They should, but hurry, the sweetheart deals won't last long. And don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya.
Fenton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Shop us online now at fentonnissan.com.
Don't let heating and cooling issues break your heart this February. At Freeze and Flare Heat and Air, we know there's nothing worse than dealing with an uncomfortable home. Whether you're trying to stay warm on a chilly night or beat the heat on an unseasonably warm afternoon, our expert team is here to make sure your system is running perfectly. Show your HVAC system some love this month, and let us ensure you stay cozy, comfortable, and carefree all season long. We are licensed, bonded, and insured. Mechanical license number 0014448.
The largest used car sales event of 2025 is here. Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester makes it easier than ever to trade up and upgrade. Hundreds of used cars, trucks, and SUVs marked down to sell. No reasonable offer refused. Bring us your tax return and Patriot will double it toward your purchase or down payment. Vehicles $99 down and $199 per month. Interest rates as low as 1.9% APR. Get to Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester.
McAlester Direct Primary Care offers 24/7 access to your provider, deeply discounted rates on labs and imaging, more time with your provider, same day or next day appointments, and even home visits for a flat monthly membership fee. We now offer hormone replacement therapy in addition to our other services. For more information, please stop by our office, McAlester Direct Primary Care at 6th and Carl Albert, or give us a call at 918-233-6522.
Stipe Law Firm, your first call when the unthinkable strikes for over 80 years. We focus on wrongful death, personal injury, truck and oil field accidents, insurance bad faith, probate, end-of-life preparation, and Social Security disability claims. We are here to advocate for you in all of your legal needs. We are a full-service law firm with over a century of experience representing Oklahomans across the state, professionally and discreetly. We win our cases in courtrooms, not on social media. Call today, 918-423-0421, or go online to stipelaw.com.
The Edison Pack here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. The McAlester Buffaloes fall in their game to the Tulsa Edison Eagles 72-54, and the McAlester Buffaloes will drop in the 5A4 standings. Tahlequah did win today over Pryor 58-34, so Tahlequah will jump up to the 4 seed. Edison looks like they are safely in the 3 seed and still within striking distance of the 2. McAlester goes down 2-5. They don't drop any further than that. Coweta did not play tonight. Durant did lose, so McAlester still has a 1-game advantage over Coweta and Durant. Again, we were mentioning where you want to be is that 3 to 6 spot, because if you're anywhere between there, you don't have to play the host team of a district. So McAlester, though, losing tonight 72-54. Let's get to our post-game stats, and we will wrap things up here. Post-game stats brought to you by Barlow Built Performance and Automotive. They're your full-service automotive and transmission repair shop, brake work, and heat and air repair. Plus, we do MIG and TIG welding. We're McAllister's only full-time exhaust shop. From race cars to your grandma's cars, we do it all. We sell tires and wheels. Barlow Built Performance and Automotive, 2201 North Main Street in McAlester. Open Monday through Friday, 8 in the morning to 5 in the afternoon. Call 918-318-0323. Nate, take it away.
All right, Davian Pouncil was your leading scorer here today. He had 18 on 8 of 10 shooting from the field. Very, very efficient from the field.
He had a great game.
He was 1 of 1 from three-point range. He had 6 rebounds, 3 offensive, 3 defensive, and a steal. Brandon Smith had 14 on 6 of 14 shooting, 2 of 7 from three-point range. He had 2 rebounds and 2 steals. And Rodney Washington had 13. He had an offensive rebound and a steal and a block. He also had a pretty big dunk there in the first quarter. Then Devion Bickham, he had 6 points along with 4 rebounds, a steal, and a block. Wesley Phillips had 2 points with 5 rebounds, a steal, and a block. Case Patton, he had 1 point, 1 and 2 from the free throw line. And Caven Hill had 4 rebounds and a block. And let's see, Ryan Cornish recorded a defensive rebound as well. And that will do it for your individual scoring in this game. And we'll move on to team stats. McAlester shot 46% from the field.
And lost by 18.
Wow. Tulsa Edison shot 30 of 51, good for 59% from the field. But they were only 3 of 11 from three-point range. They had 27% shooting from their McAlester 5 of 15, good for 33%. McAlester only made 47% of their free throws, which definitely was a contributing factor in this game. Edison was 9 of 13, good for 69%. McAlester was 47%. Edison won the rebounding battle by 5. That was 28. They won the rebound battle with 28 rebounds.
Huh.
And McAlester had 23. McAlester turned the ball over. Edison only won the rebound or the turnover battle by 3. Edison forced 21 McAlester turnovers. McAlester forced 18 Edison turnovers, and both teams had 4 blocks.
So your final thoughts on this one as we are wrapping up. What was another split night for McAlester basketball?
Well, the girls' game, the second half was about as good as you could have hoped for, and the boys was about the complete opposite in the fourth quarter.
Say hi, Nate.
Hi. I'm typically behind the camera.
Yeah, typically behind the camera, but we're going to finish up our final thoughts on this game.
But, I mean, the girls were very impressive in the first game. Like we said, second half was exactly what Coach Bashir's wanted to see. And in the second half, it's not exactly what Coach Dooney wanted to see. And I'm sure they can get back to it. But it's going to be a tough game against Memorial.
Well, things really started to shift, and I'm not blaming a game on this, but things started to shift when McAlester brought it back to a 6-point game in the boys' game. And then a flopping call was made right after a Brandon Smith flopping call on a 3-point ball that he made. And then that led to a made shot, then 2 free throws. Then they got the ball back and scored again. It was a 6-point swing.
Right.
And it's hard to come back from a 6-point swing when you're able to fight back to bring it back to a 6-point game after you're down by about 16.
And suddenly it's a 12-point game.
And suddenly it's a 12-point game again. And after that, things were snowballing forward. Now, does that mean that McAlester couldn't have come back in the game? Like I said, it's not McAlester. Well, it's not the officials' fault that McAlester couldn't muster up the final 5.5 minutes. McAlester just, couldn't.
They weren't able to get.
They weren't able to get it back going. And sometimes when you work that hard to be able to get it back going, it can be tough to do. If McAlester is going to have their goals move as far as they want them to, they're going to have to be able to face adversity like that and come back from it. They just didn't do it tonight. Now, we know that they're capable of doing it. They've done it before this season. They just didn't do it tonight, and it led to a 72-54 loss over the Tulsa Edison Eagles. But that doesn't mean that the season is anywhere close to done. Like I said, they do drop one standing down to 5th place in the 5A4 standings after Tahlequah's win tonight over Pryor. But we also have the McAlester Buffaloes back in action next Tuesday against Memorial. But their final 2 games of the year, at Pryor a week from today, and then next Saturday at home against against Tahlequah. Those are two teams that you've beaten before this season.
Right.
McAlester can win 2 out of their last 3, still get back up into the 4th spot, especially if they beat Tahlequah. They'll have to head-to-head over Tahlequah. If McAlester can, again, beat Tahlequah and definitely beat Pryor now, they can get themselves back up into the 4th spot, and you're looking at, once again, an easier regional first-round draw. And we all know that first round of regionals is where you really decide if you're going to be going to area or not. I think that they went back to the old way it is, where if you lose in the first round of area, then you're out. If you win, regionals. If you win, you do go back over to area. But I could be wrong there. But I thought that they made the rule change back to that. But
if someone knows for sure, feel free to correct us.
I do feel like they changed it back to the way it was before last year. But again, we could be wrong there. OSA changes things every once in a while, so we have to keep up with it. McAlester girls had a really good night. They are moving in the right direction. Winners of 6 out of their last 7, have won 4 in a row for the first time in a couple of years. So considering how good McAlester was last year and how they made it to area, to see that this team has been able to complete a 4-game-in-a-row streak, if they climb up into the 6th seed, they're a team that you don't want to play come regional tournament time. So I'm excited to see how they keep on building in our final 3 games of the regular season. And as for the boys, again, it's there. They've been playing some of their best basketball. Even in their loss on Tuesday, they've been playing their best basketball. They just have to be able to find it at the right moment, make sure that they can overcome their opposition, and I think they have a good chance to do it in all 3 of their games, but especially their last 2 out of their last 3. So we'll see if the Buffaloes will be able to do that with a big time next week. A lot of playoff implications on the line next week for both of our teams. So, Nate, can you thank our sponsors one final time, and we will wrap it up for tonight's broadcast.
I'd like to thank Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford, the Bank N.A., Fenton Nissan, Freeze and Flare Heat and Air, Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram of McAlester, McAlester Direct Primary Care, Stipe Law Firm, and Buck Wilson Frame and Body Shop. Thank you for putting us on the air not only tonight, but all season long.
And a big thank you to our board operator, Wyatt Hubbard, for his work tonight, and thank you, the listener, for spending your Friday night with us. One final time from the Edison Preparatory Athletic Center, a.k.a. the PAC in Tulsa, Oklahoma. The McAlester Lady Buffaloes win big time 59-24, while the McAlester Buffaloes fell to the Tulsa Edison Eagles with a final score of 72-54. Until Tuesday when McAlester returns to the MAC, welcoming the Memorial Chargers on behalf of Nate Brown and myself, this is Brandon Green saying, don't just have a great night, have a Buffalo night. Night-night, Harper.